Van Vark for three.
There it is.
Yes! Kennedy Van Vark makes it a two-possession game.
There it is. Great driving kick.
Now let's head to the gym for all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.
Well, a good evening to you, and thank you for joining us wherever you may be as we welcome you to Pella High School for non-conference action. The ice kept us away on Saturday. We welcome you back to Pella High School here today for live coverage of Iowa high school basketball. This is our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show at Scooters Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. I'm Andrew Schneider, coming to you live from the one to count on for today's local sports coverage and the home of Dutch Athletics. 92.1 KRLS. We're live tonight on KRLS 2. Got a couple of good ones maybe in store here. The 4-2 Dutch girls set to take on Fort Madison, the boys nightcap to follow. And we are starting just a tad bit early, but it looks like we'll be right at a 5:30 start here for this non-conference tilt. The second time these two teams have met in the Bound era, Pella versus Fort Madison. A year ago, it was a split between these two teams. The girls won on the road. The boys fell to the Bloodhounds. So we have a whole lot to get to inside of our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show as we're live on KRLS 2. We'll take a look at your starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services, your colors of the game presented by Spain Painting. Get a look at your McCall Monument Monumental Radio keys to the game and your game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. We're about 15 minutes away from your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Pella versus Fort Madison live on Pella Dutch Live and KRLS 2.
Do you need urgent health care today? Then come to Pella Regional Walk-In Clinic and be seen today. We treat ear or sinus infections, minor injuries, cuts, scrapes, sprains and strains, allergic reactions, aches and pains, rashes or burns, and more. Just walk in to Pella Regional Medical Clinic in Pella, Ottumwa, or Knoxville and be seen for your urgent care needs. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times.
It's Alyssa from American Home Finding Association. Are you pregnant, recently had a baby, or have a child under 5? American Home Finding Association's maternal, child, adolescent health and WIC programs are here for you. With locations in Pella, Albia, Bloomfield, Centerville, Fairfield, Keosauqua, Knoxville, Oskaloosa, Ottumwa, and Sigourney, American Home Finding Association provides a convenient one-stop shop for all your maternal, child, adolescent health and WIC needs. Call us today at 641-682-8784. We look forward to serving you. That's 641-682-8784.
Did you know that Van Haften Plumbing and Heating is more than just your local Dave Lennox Premier dealer? If you're planning a bathroom remodeling project, we can help. Van Haften's carries tubs and showers, lavatories and faucets, toilets, even Whirlpool tubs and shower doors. We can order just the products if you're a do-it-yourselfer, or our experts can handle the installation for you. If a bathroom remodel is in your future, call Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella.
Hi, this is Chuck Vanderwall with Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, where we've been helping people find their dream car or a new car since 1935. My favorite is my 1963.5 Galaxy 500 two-door.
I'm Todd Vanderwall, and we love seeing people smile when they drive their new vehicle off the lot. It's fun to get a new car. My favorite is my 1974 Ford Bronco.
I'm Tegan, and I don't have as many cool cars as Dad or Grandpa, but I love my Bronco Sport. When it's time for a new vehicle, come see us at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella.
We're taking care of you.
Hi, this is Dalton Buck with Hy-Vee. We understand that times are difficult and we want to do our part to help out. That's why we've lowered the prices on thousands of items throughout the store. These are new everyday low prices on thousands of items. And we also still have other ways to save, like our Hy-Vee Perks program and tons of digital coupons online in the Hy-Vee app. It's our mission to make lives easier, healthier, and happier. Stop in today and see our new everyday low prices on thousands of items at Hy-Vee.
Knoxville Hospital and Clinics is a proud supporter of our area youth and wish all athletes the best of luck as they compete in sports this year. At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, student athletes receive the area's best orthopedic care, physical therapy, and access to the latest technologies and equipment. When an injury puts you on the sidelines, trust our professionals to get you back in the game. For more information on our services and providers, visit knoxvillehospital.org. Good luck to all area athletes.
And we're back inside our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show on KRLS 2 and KNIA, KRLS.com. Andrew Schneider now joined by Phil Hemming as we get you set for this non-conference doubleheader. between the Pella Dutch and Fort Madison. Phil, good to see you again. I know you got to call the games last Thursday with Trevor, and for the Dutch, as we look at our McCall Monument Monumental Radio keys to this game, really both games, the Pella girls have to feel pretty good where they're at. They had 2 losses to 2 state championship contenders. Tonight, a very good Fort Madison team making a long trek over here. The boys, we'll talk about it later, probably have some pieces to pick up. But we'll start with the girls, who obviously at 4-2, probably right where they thought they would be, and a big opportunity tonight to probably get themselves into the ranking with a win over a 4-1 Fort Madison team.
Yeah, I think, I talked about it Thursday night. This is a young and inexperienced Pella Dutch girls basketball team. Does return some players, but a lot of key pieces missing from last year's squad that played real well. And so right now, Coach Forsyth and his staff just continuing to try different things, see what sticks, who's going to jive well together.
I think the weird part, and when we talk about this being a young team and still feeling new, is that when football ran so late, which is fantastic, we're a third of the way through the season after tonight, minus the one guarantee you have for, the postseason. So, it's weird, right? It's a young team, an inexperienced team, but one now that's already played 6 games, and we're not even to win or break yet. We've got 2 more games yet after tonight to get to. So, at the same token, you're a young team at this point, too. I think Coach Forsyth, and it's a key game, especially with Fort Madison here tonight, you want to start seeing those next steps starting to formulate now.
Yeah, and I felt like in the second half against Carlisle there on Thursday night, they did do that. I mean, they hung around. They made a nice little run. They were able to kind of continue to build quarter after quarter on one another, and I would guess they're going to try a continuation of that tonight. A very deep rotation from this team. He's playing a ton of girls.
Well, and you and I have talked about this a lot when we talk about the postseason, and not that you want to go too far into that, but every game in basketball, boys or girls, does count towards that eventual postseason seed. And tonight, I talked to Coach Forsyth after the Norwalk game about, where are we at as a team knowing at 2-2, but then we're playing basically teams 10 through 30. Basically all the teams you play between now and break probably fall somewhere in there. These wins are critical, especially when Fort Madison might be a postseason opponent and they're determining home seeding. I mean, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, it's more of a coach's probably thing that they're worried about, but this is a pretty critical game, especially knowing you've got a really good Gilbert team on Tuesday and a Newton team that's up and coming.
Well, and I think that's why it's so important that Coach Forsyth scheduled who he did early. You talk about them having 6 games under their belt already. They've played a pretty tough non-conference schedule, and that continues tonight with a very talented Fort Madison team. So, I think he's slowly building that iron, or sharpening that iron that will carry them, through the middle of the long season, and hopefully sharpen them and have them ready for the postseason.
Your McCall Monument Monumental Radio keys to this game. Don't burden your loved ones with planning a memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan yours and trust the family at McCall Monument. They're the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Your game time temperature is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And after an ice storm on Saturday, I think we're doing pretty well. It's all dried up out there. We had sunshine today. It nearly got to 50. It's 44 right now as we get set for our opening tip.
Yeah, I could take some more of this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to stick around too long, but we'll enjoy it while it's here. Folks, we've got more cold Iowa winter on the way, whether it's ice storms, snowstorms, or, of course, those sub-zero temperatures. If your home isn't staying comfortable, you got to trust the heating, emphasis on heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
We're live inside our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. We'll have more when we come back after this. Pella versus Fort Madison tonight is live on KRLS 2 and on Pella Dutch Live.
Clinic Veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day. He'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040. Where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them. It's time to say happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays. It's time to say happy holidays from Central Tire and Auto.
Central Tire and Auto would like to take a break from the everyday routine of tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle to say happy holidays. Thank you for your business, and they look forward to serving you in the new year. From Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and
This Christmas season, PellaMotors.com is spreading joy with deals that will light up your year. Right now, get $17,000 off a new Dodge Durango or take home a new Chevy Silverado with $16,000 off. Looking for a GMC? Save $10,000 on a new Sierra. And don't miss $9,000 off a new Ram Bighorn. PellaMotors.com wishes you peace, joy, and incredible savings this Christmas. And drive home with an amazing deal.
It seems like everything today charges via USB. How many of your receptacles have USB ports? Sure, they make adapters, and you probably have a couple dozen laying around. But wouldn't it be easier to just plug it straight into a wall receptacle? At Centerpoint Electric, we're here to help with any electrical problem you have, big or small. Let us install USB receptacles throughout your house so you can ditch the adapters and charge with ease. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com. We're wired for excellence.
This holiday season, make every moment sparkle with Gardner Collyer Jewelry's Christmas sale. From breathtaking diamond engagement rings to vibrant colored stone jewelry, find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Now with holiday savings throughout the store. Treat them to a timeless watch or dazzle them with diamond earrings that say, you're truly one of a kind, because nothing compares to the magic of a Gardner Collyer box under the tree. Visit us this season to make your holiday unforgettable. Gardner Collyer Jewelry, where every gift means more.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
When memories become treasure, McCall Monument.
Back at Pella High School inside our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show, Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming coming to you live from the one to count on for today's local sports coverage and the home of the Dutch, KNIA KRLS. As we get you set for our opening tip, let's go ahead and take a look at our colors of the game presented by Spain Painting. Pella is in their home white jerseys with the green numbers and the green outlined Pella on the chest. Fort Madison tonight for our radio audience is in their black jerseys with the white trim and red number. So white and green for the Dutch tonight, and it's black, white, and red for the Bloodhounds. Your colors of the game are presented by Spain Painting, whether it's interior or exterior paint or a garage epoxy floor. Levi would love to talk to you about a new look for your home or business. Check them out online at spain-painting.com. We'll have our final timeout in the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at your starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services and get you set for your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Pella versus Fort Madison. We're about a third of the way almost through the 2024-25 winter season already. Whole lot to get to here tonight. A fun doubleheader on KNIA KRLS.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking.
And you're part of our story. It's about your family, memories, and shared dreams. Do you remember when you took the leap and bought your first home?
Or when you followed your passion and started your business?
That's right. We shared in those moments, those pages in your story.
Continue your story with us today. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This holiday season, make your celebrations unforgettable with Thistle's Flower Market. From stunning holiday centerpieces that light up your table to unique gifts for everyone on your list, Thistle's has it all. Explore our carefully curated flowers, thoughtful gift collections, and customizable floral arrangements, all available to order online for your convenience. Whether you're hosting, gifting, or just spreading holiday cheer, Thistle's is your one-stop shop for all things festival. Shop now at thistlesflowermarket.com or visit us in downtown Pella. Let us help you wrap your holidays in beauty and bloom. Thistle's Flower Market, where the season blooms brighter.
Winter driving will happen at any time. Stay safe with Midtown Tire. Right now, get a $70 instant rebate on a set of Bridgestone tires or $60 instant rebate on Firestone tires. Plus, alignments are just $40, helping you drive straight and safe all season long. Don't wait. Midtown Tire and Pella has the deals to keep you rolling.
No hassle, no waiting. Rebates made simple at Midtown Tire in Pella.
Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. See Midtown Tire for details. If you're tired of eating at the same places, discover Elmhurst Grill, Oskaloosa's exclusive dining destination. The culinary design menu offers a feast for every palate. From crisp fresh salads and mouth-watering burgers to savory pastas and perfectly grilled steaks. Plus, enjoy chef-crafted specials and seasonal favorites that keep every visit exciting. Overlooking the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course, serene trees, and a picturesque pond. Elmhurst Grill, where flavor meets ambiance.
Let's turn it over to Dave Van Gorp with this look at our starting lineups presented by Vander Linden Services.
First, in the visiting Wheelhouse, a 5'8" junior, number 10, Deanna Davis. A 5'7" junior, number 20, Kathleen Wolf. A 5'7" sophomore, number 23, Raylyn Turnbull. A 5'7" sophomore, number 32, Charlie Peter. And a 6' junior, number 35, Hallie Gifty. The Bloodhounds are coached by head coach Landon Finley. And now let's meet the starters for your Lady Dutch.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS 2. Those are your starting lineups presented by Vander Linden Services, a family-based business that treats their customers like family. For any plumbing and HVAC you need, call Austin at Vander Linden Services. We are live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS 2 and KNIA, KRLS.com. Your opening tip is presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Dutch Mill Supply is your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Oh, get you on there, Phil. Sorry.
No, I said we're getting a nice early start here.
Right on time at 5:30. After all the hubbub about starting early or not, and tip is controlled by Fort Madison. Away they go here as they try to work against this Pella defense. Shot is blocked. Rebound goes to Katie Shekel for a moment. Then the jump ball is called on the near side. But Thompson with a block shot to start things, and probably a good sign for the Pella defense.
Was so impressed with her Thursday night, her defensive ability. She's just a, really big game changer inside with her presence and her ability to block shots.
The Cornell commit. Here's Cameron Long on the elbow looking for Katie Shekel. The 4A volleyball player of the year lays it off, and she's got her basketball legs underneath her now. Phil, Katie's really started to find herself on the hardwood.
Yeah, such an athlete, just gives us that burst and the ability to handle the ball or play the post.
And another recycled shot for Maggie Thompson, gets her own rebound. Up ahead, Oltman will draw contact in 2 shots. So an inauspicious start for the Bloodhounds. 2 block shots by Maggie Thompson underneath, and Pella has a chance to make it a 2-possession game early.
Pella did a really nice job getting the ball quickly out on the break on that transition.
Pella shoots 54% from the line, but Jenna Oltman's 85% of that. 85.7 is the senior. Of course, shooting runs in the family. Last name Oltman.
Yes, sir.
Both made by Oltman in a 4-0 spurt for the Dutch to start over Fort Madison. Pella bringing some full court pressure. Fort Madison trying to break said pressure. Around the horn they go. Top of the circle here for Hallie Menke, excuse me. Rattles off the rim, no good.
Nice
Loose
job
ball
by
rebound.
Altman.
Altman tracks it down, and a tie-up called again, so this will keep it with Fort Madison.
Jenna leaving it all on the floor there, diving for the loose ball. Pella in their 2-3 zone that we've seen most often. They do extend it a little bit on the perimeter, pressure the ball.
3 on the way for Fort Madison, no good. Rebound by Maggie Thompson, and she leaps high to clear it. Up ahead to Kelsey Tauke. Tauke fires one for long, and then a travel called in transition. So first turnover for either team.
Boy, I hope it's not going to be one of those nights. Not a travel call, in my opinion.
In the meantime, Pella back over here. And that shot misses, and there's Jenna Altman to scoop it up. Student section like that. Here's Maggie Thompson, and she'll end up traveling.
That's a block. So we got 2 travel calls here. It's a block shot, and she...
Seems like a pretty similar crew to what we had. At least I know the FAR official there was there on Thursday last week. So away we go. As Fort Madison knocked out of the hand of the guard. Sorry, trying to get the school board meeting going here, folks. We got a lot going on tonight. This is a ball that's loose on the floor. And then Tauke will force another alternate possession. This time it will go back to Pella.
Coach Forsyth starts going to the bench here already. 5:54 in the first.
It's a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. 4-0 Dutch. 5:51 to go here in the first. Coming on is Emerson Wogan. In for Katie Shekel. The leading scorer for the Dutch takes a 3 long, no good, but an offensive rebound to Tauke. That resets the shot clock. Shovel pass around the horn they go. There's Tauke, hands it off to Long. Long on the elbow, tried to bounce it in and off the foot of a Fort Madison player. Fortunate, probably wasn't the wisest decision there with 3 defenders in the area, but Pella will keep the possession with 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, that is an area on Thursday night the girls struggled with a little bit, was sometimes, just throwing those 50-50 balls.
A runner for Long, rattles off the rim, no good, and a rebound is controlled by Turnbull of Fort Madison. Bloodhounds on their half of the floor in the front court, and there was a travel. As Davis got stuck in the lane and then tried to reset her jump, and it's the 3rd Fort Madison turnover already.
Fort Madison here back in their full court pressure. Little 1-2-2 zone, looks like.
Deanna Davis, Hadley Wolf, Raylan Turnbull, Charlie Hubner, and Hallie Menke, your 5 starters for the Bloodhounds. Wogan will get the inbounds with 5:16 remaining here in the first quarter. A 4-0 Dutch lead. Thompson loses the handle on it, does recover with a dribble. Now on the wing, top of the circle for Tauke. Handoff goes to Long. Long, 1 dribble. Dishes to Altman. Altman on the floor. Kicks it out to Wogan for 3. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound, Thompson. And then on her way down is called with a travel. And Coach Forsyth looking for an explanation.
If you're keeping track, that's 3 in the first.
Whether or not those are agreed upon travels, well, that's not our call to make up here. In the meantime, full court pressure now coming from the Dutch. Fort Madison gets it over the timeline with about 2 seconds to spare. Now on their half the floor, it's Menke. Stops in the lane. Kick out 3 on the way. It's good. Knocking it in is Deanna Davis, the junior. Davis coming in the leading scorer at 16 points per game in 5 contests for the Bloodhounds.
Nice move.
Tauke takes a long step in for 2.
Just give and go with Jenna Altman. Finally, Tauke waits till the baseline opens up and drives strong to the rim.
Fort Madison in the front court. A 6-3 Dutch lead.
Nice block.
Tauke gets another block shot. That's the 3rd for the Dutch. Altman the rebound. Pella has the possession already on their half of the floor. Maddie Harmon just checking into the game. Altman has it on the perimeter. Dribbles to the free throw line before she stops. Pivots out to Wogan. Wogan just fires an open 3. No good. And the rebound controlled by the Bloodhounds. It's Hadley Wolf. And then, Wolf brought it up the floor. Rebound was by Davis. And now a dribble drive, another block shot. Tauke gets the rebound as well. 2 blocks each for Tauke and Thompson. Up ahead to Maddie Harmon for 2. 8-3, Pella leads, 3:30 to go here in the first. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Dutch had a couple of big wins last week against Keokuk, a conference foe of Fort Madison, and then Carlisle on Thursday. That's in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Live here on KRLS 2 and Pella Dutch Live. Fort Madison, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. A lot of passes staying on the perimeter here. Pella's defense really extended, one-on-one defense here. Crossing over, it's Davis into the center of the lane looking for Menke.
Thompson going to get that one this time. Right call.
Called on the Dutch. That's their first. One area Thompson has struggled with so far has been foul trouble. Very aggressive in the post. 2:58 clock is stopped. 2 free throws coming for Menke. The Bloodhounds shoot 62% from the free throw line. That one rattles off the back in the front. No good. 56%. Menke shoots 60% of those. Katie Shekel re-enters the game, and making her first appearance is Avery Parks. 1 of 2 in for Menke. This is a makeup from Saturday's ice storm. A lot of ice over at Eastern Iowa. Parks catch and shoot as Pella tried to push the tempo there on the three-pointer. It's no good. Hubner the rebound.
I think 0 for 4 start here from the Dutch at the three-point line.
Fort Madison into the front court. Menke really having a tough time reading this Pella defense and throws it out of bounds.
Good defense.
4 Bloodhound turnovers here in the first quarter. 8-4 Dutch lead, 2:33 to go in the first over Fort Madison. Andrew Schreider and Phil Hemming coming to you live here on KRLS 2 and KNIA KRLS.com. Big audience, I'm sure, joining us on the video stream. And it looks like a moving screen on the offense. And that's Thompson's second foul. That has been a big Achilles heel for Thompson. When she's been on the floor, Phil, she's been extremely impactful. No one doubts that. But the problem for her in 6 games so far, now 7, has been staying on the floor.
Yeah. That's something, too, that, she didn't get a ton of minutes last year. And I would guess her role last year with the team was to be very physical in practice. When you get into a game with 3 officials that are watching your every call, that's an adjustment the player has to make, and just something she struggled with a little bit.
Yeah, otherwise has been fantastic as a rebounder and has 2 block shots already here in the first quarter. Fort Madison within 4, 8-4 they lead. Menke has it. She's had the ball in her hands a lot. Tipped there by Harmon for a second. Knocked around again by Parks. Very haranguing defense here by the Dutch in the half court. Minute 57 to go, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Still loose on the floor, and now eventually stolen away here by Harmon. Give maybe some extra credit.
Nice job by Shekel.
To Parks as Shekel saves the possession. Here's Walkup just checking in for the first time, out to Michaela Vincent. If nothing else, Michaela Vincent's gotten a lot of experience as a sophomore. Runner no good for Shekel.
Just a little too much juice on that one from Shekel.
8-4, Dutch have a 4-point lead. 90 seconds remaining here in the first quarter over Fort Madison. Bloodhounds still struggling just to keep their hands on the basketball here. Pella's defense has been in their grill. And maybe an extra step there that wasn't called.
They're doing a fantastic job of getting deflections, just enough to disrupt the Bloodhounds.
So a couple of quick turnovers back and forth there for both teams, by the way, as Vincent got the steal, but then threw it right back to Fort Madison. Kind of panicked a little bit.
Double dribble.
And a double dribble. 6th Bloodhounds turnover. And that's one of those for Vincent as a young player. Got the steal, right, that gave Fort Madison new life by just throwing it away. It's one of those that she'll learn.
Hot potato.
Yeah.
Yep, hot potato. But she'll learn. She did some nice things Thursday night. Like you said,
she was
getting a
pretty
lot
big
of
down the stretch.
Yeah, getting a lot of really good experience.
So Maddie Harmon checks out of the game, and then she goes to the spit bucket, apparently. Sorry, I was a little distracted by that. Pella with Long back onto the floor here. Also Altman checking in. Here's Emma Walk up top of the circle. Keeps her dribble going from the free throw line. Jumper. Bounces off the rim a couple of times. No good. Davis collects her second board. giving Fort Madison the possession. 42 seconds left in the game clock. About a 10-second differential on the shot clock. Pella will knock it out of bounds on the far sideline. 8-4. So Pella's defense, Phil, has been exactly where they've wanted it to be. It's the offense has not been able to cash in on the other half.
Yeah, and you talked about subbing out there. Shekel went to the tunnel there with what appears to be an ankle injury.
Yeah, she took a weird spill earlier. Pella with a couple of turnovers back and forth. So Walkup throws it right back to Fort Madison, and then a bank is open for Hadley Wolf. Adding to the turnover margin are these two teams. Here's
nice move
Cameron
by Long,
but can't finish on the nice move. While Vincent fights for the rebound, it's eventually controlled by Charlie Hubner. Fort Madison with 5 seconds remaining. Down by 2. This for the lead, no good. And that'll take us to the end of the quarter. 8-6 Dutch lead. We're live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
All throughout the Pella community, you see touches of Holland and classic Dutch architecture, but there's one place that truly takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam, the Molengraat Plaza just south of the square. With a beautiful brick wall featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and a classic old world atmosphere, you'll find Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, beautiful U Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
If you're looking for top-notch plumbing and HVAC services from a family-based business that treats you like one of their own, call me, Austin with Vanderlinden Services. With years of expertise and a commitment to customer satisfaction, our friendly experts are ready to serve you. Plus, we're proud to offer top-of-the-line York residential and commercial HVAC systems. For all your home comfort needs, call me and experience why Vanderlinden Services is best for your job.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming, where Fort Madison will start with the basketball. Pella has led this entire game, but Phil, the Dutch offense, has missed a couple of close shots. Meanwhile, Fort Madison just hanging in there for now.
Yeah, Pella let up a little bit to end the first quarter there with some turnovers that gave the Bloodhounds some easy baskets.
But they'll force one right there. They have forced now 8 Fort Madison turnovers. So that's been the good news, Phil, so far, but the frustration, I think, for the Dutch is they've had a lot of shots within 10 feet that haven't fallen so far.
Well, and that was the story the other night. I mean, shots within 10 feet, rim rattlers or shots that are halfway down.
Vincent will draw contact in 2 shots as she drives hard to the hole left side of the rim. Free throws coming for Michaela Vincent.
I asked Coach Forsyth the other night when he came up for halftime, I said, what did you guys shoot in the first half? Because we don't keep track of all of that. And he said they were 0 for 19, I believe, from the three-point line before they got their first one to fall. And he said, shoot or shoot, baby. So that's obviously something he's encouraged these girls to do, is to continue to let it fly. And eventually, the law of statistics, they will fall.
10-6, Dutch extend their lead to 2 possessions again as Vincent knocks down both free throws. 7:27 to go here in the second. Pella leads Fort Madison 10-6. Bloodhounds trying to change that with a shot that misses, but Charlie Hubner gets her 3rd rebound collected unofficially. Passes it back to Wolf. Left-handed hook shot is in. Hadley Wolf gets her 2nd bucket. Back to a 2-point game. 10-8 Dutch lead. And now Tauke takes it long to the hole for 2. That's the 2nd nice drive that Tauke's had tonight. She has 2 blocks, 2 steals, and now 2 buckets.
That one with the Euro step and then the long finger roll.
Yeah, Kelsey, it took a while for her to get her basketball legs underneath her, but she's really improved. Again, even with that volleyball season maybe not interrupting as much as football did to basketball, there's a steal. Took a while for Tauke to get in, but Oltming forces the 9th Fort Madison turnover.
There's another
in transition.
Why not?
We'll call that a Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game as Kelsey Tauke finishes with the steal and score for the Dutch. 14-8 as the Dutch extend their lead to their largest margin, 6. It's a Pella Motors timeout. You'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. And that Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Kelsey Tauke, by far her best game of the season so far here, and we're just still in the early going.
Yeah, that was excellent drive. She saw no one was picking her up in transition. Obviously, I think that's what the Fort Madison Bloodhounds are talking about in the huddle there is you've got to find number one when she has the ball on the perimeter, and we've got to help to the ball because 2 in a row there, a previous one as well where she's just had straight line drives to the basket.
Kelsey Tauke came into this game averaging just 2.2 points per game, 2.2 turnovers on offense per game. Just not having the season that she wanted to start, but this has been nice to see because she is one of the best female athletes we have in the school, period. The vertical on her is insane.
Yeah, definitely has the build to do a lot of things right.
Had a really nice volleyball season as well, as that ball is knocked out by Cameron Long, and she gets a cheeky smile. Katie Shekels back at the bench, and looks like she got a tape job done on that left ankle. So we'll see if she ends up coming back in anytime soon or not. In the meantime, Fort Madison in their half-court set. This is number 23, Rylan Turnbull, trying to dribble through the tough defense of Riley Parks, and that shot had no chance. Vincent gets the rebound for the Dutch. Tried to find Tauke on the outlet pass, and then didn't end up working there. So she'll stick around and exchange it back to Tauke. 6:14 to go here in the second. Pella with a 14-8 lead over Fort Madison and the basketball. Just over the timeline, Tauke goes. Gets it started, takes another drive, and may have traveled, but either way, it was a turnover. Menke that time will get the steal and Pella's 6th giveaway.
Yeah, that time didn't have a plan with the basketball when the shot wasn't open.
Well, Rylan Turnbull did, and she'll knock it in. Off the window again. The backboard has been Fort Madison's friend. I think all their shots, except for that opening three-pointer, have come off the glass. That's why it's there. Long has it left wing. Around the horn, Pella goes with the passes. Oltman steps back behind the line for 3, way off line. And a rebound controlled by Deanna Davis of Fort Madison. 14-10, Dutch lead by 4, but the Bloodhounds have been able to hang in there. This is Turnbull, top of the circle, works it left side to Menke. Menke hangs, dribbles inside the perimeter, and then a handoff exchange with Charlie Hubner. Now the one area to watch here for Fort Madison, Phil, is they have their starting 5 still in the game here. It's Deanna Davis makes it a 1-point game, her second tray of the night. She's dangerous. Again, 16 points per game coming in. And then a dribble, drive, and free throws coming for Riley Parks.
Yeah, you were saying maybe not the depth that Pella has. Is that what you were getting at?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that they haven't really had the subs. You mean, you look over there, they've got 3 other girls, or I guess 5 other girls that are wearing a uniform, and they're going to make 2 subs here.
Yeah, no, they definitely have not rotated in like Pella has throughout this game.
So Katie Shekel back in, good to see her. Emerson Wogan also in. Ellie Hubner in for Fort Madison. And then number 0, Jacayla Nelson, just off the bench, will grab the rebound. Pella with a 14-13 lead. They've led this entire game, but Fort Madison
almost
does
stolen there.
Keep the possession alive after a near steal. And now Fort Madison will reset. Shot clock reset there as well. I suppose there was the exchange in possession, and they're talking about it at the scorer's table there. Rebound then on the ground, and it's a jump ball. Arrow will keep it here with Fort Madison. 14-13, Dutch lead the Bloodhounds. 4:32 to go here in a second. A game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Maddie Harmon, another sub in, and now we're getting a conversation.
Yeah, they're talking about the possession arrow. Usually officials will keep a quarter in their pocket, which one it is, and I think one of them did not think that it switched.
Well, and you have the books over there for a reason, but we only have one scorekeeper down there tonight. So we do not have our normal setup with 2 books. So at this point, you let it ride with Fort Madison. So I'm not keeping track up here, so I'm of no help. Inbound goes in, 20 seconds left on the shot clock, so that shot did not hit the rebound. I think that was the other possible discussion going on. That one misses.
That should have been a foul.
Long rebound here to Katie Shekel. Up ahead and throws it away. 14-13, Dutch lead the Bloodhounds. Pella has not trailed in this game, but Fort Madison's had a couple of cracks at it now to take their first lead.
Yeah, they're just hanging around. Smelling blood, right?
Yeah. Must be. halfway through the quarter. And
That's
there's a
going to be a travel.
Yeah, hopping up and then coming down and taking another step was Hadley Wolf. That is the 10th Fort Madison turnover. Pella's had 7.
Yeah, if she would have landed on 2 feet with a jump stop, then that would have been legal, but it was the pitter-patter that they got her for there.
Backdoor cut to Harmon. Goes to a wide-open Tauke for 3. No good.
Just off.
And the rebound controlled by Fort Madison. This is Davis.
Another travel.
The 11th turnover, and they're watching it pretty close, too. It's been obvious.
I think I've got 8 for the game out of this crew here.
We need to get ourselves, see if Chris Myers, the travel agent here in town, wants to sponsor our, there's another travel.
Travel of the game.
So we'll have a series, by the way. We're waiting for a Midtown Tire and Auto Spot instant radio updates. We'll also take a look at your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard when we get a chance. Maddie Harmon has that in the front court.
I like that new little sound effect.
Yeah, we had that for football season thanks to Midtown Tire and Auto Spot for sponsoring tonight's instant radio updates. Shekel fights hard for the shot, but Pella's offense is still off, and then Oltman's called with a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, I'll apologize now. I didn't listen to any football games on the radio.
I understand why.
Yeah, a little busy.
You were involved on every single offensive play this year for Pella.
So, little busy, but yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, Colin Current doesn't become an All-State quarterback without the All-State help of his center. So,
well, thank you.
14-13. As much as that's a compliment, Fort Madison takes their first lead. That's also reality, right? You got to have a good center to make the offense work. 3:05 to go here. Shekel tries to get the lead right back, is way short on the three-point attempt, and Nelson's been busy. She's had 4 rebounds in a short order. That big knee brace on her right leg as she hauls it down the floor. No good. Offensive rebound, and that's in for Raylan Turnbull, and that's going to force a Pella Motors timeout here for head coach Wayne Forsythe. So Pella's done everything I think they've wanted to defensively up until recently. Now the rebounding's gone out here. Remember, Pella's having to play without Maggie Thompson, who had 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the game, and ever since, the Dutch have just been off kilter on offense, and defensively things were really good in the first quarter, not so good here in the second.
Well, Thompson checks out with 2 fouls. Shekel, little ankle. I don't know if she rolled her ankle, but doesn't seem to be quite as, I guess, athletic as before she went out. I would guess that tape is restricting her a bit, but they're, having a lot of different lineup changes, and then, we really relied on the scoring from Tauke here, and she's on the bench as well. So Coach Forsythe wants to talk about it a bit, figure it out, and we got 2:48 to make a comeback here, down 3, 14-17.
Fort Madison on defense. Pella with the ball with walk-up. Around the horn they go. Long hesitates on an open shot. Shekel doesn't. Open 3. Back iron again. This time an offensive rebound tracked down by Cameron Long. There's Shekel, left wing. Dribble, drive, lost it. And it's a steal for Jordan. Pella's 8th turnover. And Jacayla Nelson, I should say not Jordan, excuse me. Jacayla Nelson gets a steal. That's her 5th different impact here she's had in the quarter. Then she'll bank it off the glass and in. So the timeout has done little to halt the Bloodhounds so far as they now extended their largest lead at 5. Wogan nearly travels trying to head fake. Walk up, puts up a wild 3-pointer that again gets an offensive rebound for Long, but Pella can't just rely, Phil, on hucking it up from outside. They just haven't had the offense, but then they turn it over again on the inside. There's just nothing working right now for the green and white.
Yeah, that was kind of their MO in the first half Thursday, was just unable to find the range. And once those start falling, things really change.
Coach Van Heemer gets the ball knocked into him, and now he won't stop talking about that. We know Joe.
I think he had his cheaters off trying to record something and took one to the forehead there, and he didn't see it coming.
We'll get the workman's comp situation out for Joe here in a second. Meanwhile, Fort Madison up by 5 with the basketball. They flipped this game on its head. They trailed by 6 just a few minutes ago. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella had a 14-8 lead, and since then, it has been all Bloodhounds. In fact, it's an 11-0 run and another Pella turnover.
Yeah, that's another one from Vincent. Just something she's going to have to learn to value that ball after she works hard to get it.
Now Long will get it right back. Walk-up runner is way short.
Gets her own, maybe, rebound.
No. And the arrow goes back to Fort Madison. So Parks and Oltmann in. It has been rough sailing here for the Dutch. Molly Schulte will check in here for Fort Madison. So the Bloodhounds, again, Phil, it was not that long ago. Pella had a 14-8 lead. Now they have an 11-0 run and counting.
Yeah, they've just made the adjustments, and give them credit for continuing to battle.
Here's a steal for Vincent. So good to see Pella get something back here for a second. That's the fourth steal for Michaela Vincent here tonight. She's been busy.
There,
three on the
finally.
way. Banks off the back of the iron and in for Emma Waka. And a needed tray for the Dutch. Their first of the night that goes down. 19-17. Fort Madison still leads by 2. About 5 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And then the Fort, I'm not sure what the Bloodhounds are thinking there.
Pella will have a chance here
throwaway
to tie it up or take the lead.
Well, and you have the lead here on the road. Hold for the shot, Phil, right? And just, try to let clock go. And instead, they throw it away, panic, and now Pella has a chance to end the quarter here with a tie or a lead. Here's Parks, skip pass. Down
Nice
low to
feed.
Vincent, has it blocked, and she's got 2 more shots coming. That was on number 0, Jacqueline Nelson. So not all is lost here for the Dutch.
I know it's a Monday night, and this is a makeup game, but just a shout out to all the people that have come out tonight. Also, Fort Madison, nice traveling with a nice bunch. I know it's not close on a school night, so really appreciative of all the people supporting high school athletics tonight.
Vincent will make both and tie it up. So only had 3 ties or lead changes in the game to start. Pella had a big lead. Fort Madison has since flipped it on its head. Now Pella's back on top, or at least in the game here with 17 seconds remaining. Now full court pressure coming. Davis will try to dribble through it.
Fouls.
And I think Pella's student section, may have gotten to him there. They rushed the shot again, and now Wogan had a chance in transition, but it's thrown away. 11th Pella turnover. Buzzer's not close.
That was a student section assist.
They will take it as we go to the half. Your score tied at 19 inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. You're listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on KRLS2 and on Pella Dutch Live.
2024 is coming to a close, but you don't have to wait until 2025 to start looking for your next home. Hi, I'm Nathan Ward with Pella Real Estate Services, and the inventory and options for homes and acreages on the local market are growing. I'd love to visit with you about exactly what you're looking for and start the process of finding the new perfect place for you. We're all in the holiday mindset, but if you're in the new home mindset, we're here to help. Call me or any member of our team at 6281-BUY for Pella Real Estate Services. Happy holidays.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Raceway Tire and Exhaust couldn't be happier that it's finally here. From lights and music to good times spent together, nothing beats Christmas for Knoxville's one-stop auto service headquarters. So gather around the tree and enjoy the season while it lasts. From the Raceway family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a safe and happy New Year.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
How much has your internet bill gone up recently? If you're a Pella Fiber customer, you know that it hasn't gone up at all, because all residential customers get 1 gig of fiber internet for only $75 a month. And that's not an introductory offer that'll go away in a few months. That's the everyday low price for fast, reliable fiber internet from a local utility that's here to take care of you if any problems arise. Make the switch today and join the thousands of Pella Fiber customers getting a gig for just $75 a month by going to PellaFiber.com.
Winter driving will happen at any time. Stay safe with Midtown Tire. Right now, get a $70 instant rebate on a set of Bridgestone tires or $60 instant rebate on Firestone tires. Plus, alignments are just $40, helping you drive straight and safe all season long. Don't wait. Midtown Tire and Pella has the deals to keep you rolling.
No hassle, no waiting. Rebates made simple at Midtown Tire in Pella.
Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. See Midtown Tire for details. Winter's here, but your roof still needs the best. At Dutch Mill Supply, they offer top-quality CertainTeed shingles to keep your home protected all season long. Durable, reliable, and designed for winter weather, CertainTeed shingles ensure your roof stands strong against snow, ice, and wind.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door.
One of the great things about the holiday season is all the traditions that you don't get at any other time of the year. Eggnog, mistletoe, and elf on your shelf, and our favorite holiday tradition at Bruxford's, the ugly Christmas sweater. Between now and December 21st, wear your ugly sweater into the store and you'll save 10% on all in-stock and special order furniture. The uglier the better. Merry Christmas from all of us at Bruxford's Home Center, 405 Truman Road in Pella.
Looking for a bank account that works as hard as you do? With Sensible Checking from Bank Iowa, whatever you are spending your money on, we'll pay you for. At 10 cents cash back for each qualifying debit card purchase, you will earn cash back of $1 for every 10 qualifying debit card transactions. You'll also enjoy free online banking, bill pay, and a free debit card. And with no monthly service charge, you can swipe your heart out. Spend money, make money. Learn more at bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Pella Insurance, they strive to provide you with bend-over-backward service to protect your home, auto, business, farm, life, and health. Pella Insurance is a local independent agency that has been serving the Pella community for over 30 years with a mission to provide you with a more holistic approach to your insurance needs. With access to a multitude of industry-leading carriers, they are focused on assisting their customers with protecting and maximizing their assets, resources, and opportunities. Call Pella Insurance at 628-9235.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. We got a few former Lady Dutch players in the house here tonight. Mia Warner, Kennedy Van Vark, Tristan Gordon among them as they're here taking in games with their former teammates as we're live here. And Pella and Fort Madison tied at 19. Let's go ahead and go. You're inside the numbers. Delivered by Pella Fiber. For Pella, Kelsey Tauke leads away with 6 points and 4 each for Michaela Vincent and Jenna Oltman, 3 for Emma Walkup and 2 for Katie Shekel. For Fort Madison, 6 apiece each for Hadley Wolf and Deanna Davis. Not shocking, those are their 2 leading scorers coming in. 4 for Raylan Turnbull, 2 for Jacayla Nelson, and 1 for Hallie Menke. Turnovers, 14 for Fort Madison to 11 for Pella, but the Bloodhounds do have the rebounding edge, 17-14. So everything is basically squared away here, Phil, on the stat sheet. Inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. Tonight's video presentation is brought to you by Ratcliffe & Blake Insurance Professionals. Thanks to Ratcliffe & Blake for sponsoring our Pella Dutch Live video stream as well. And we're also going to check in on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Haven't had a chance to look and run through that just yet, as tonight we have a couple of games that we're already, or really only 2 games that we're watching across the way. Pella Christian versus Des Moines Christian. They just got their broadcast underway. I think they're just getting started over on the Pella Christian YouTube channel, and they're live on the radio tonight on 92.1 KRLS. So be sure to check that out. We'll have our audio, or Midtown Tire and Auto Center, Auto Spa radio instant updates as well. So we'll step aside. Phil and I will talk second half adjustments when we come back. Pella versus Fort Madison. We're tied at 19 inside our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show.
At Langstrad Auto Body. It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with their name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know that Langstrad Auto Body is there for you with a lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
2024 is coming to a close, but you don't have to wait until 2025 to start looking for your next home. Hi, I'm Stephen Patel with Pella Real Estate Services, and the inventory and options for homes and acreages on the local market are growing. I'd love to visit with you about exactly what you're looking for and start the process of finding the perfect place for you. We're all in the holiday mindset, but if you're in the new home mindset, we're here to help. Call me or any member of our team at 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services. Happy holidays.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella. Auto Owners make sense for you.
In today's age of electronic marketing, studies still show that direct mail printing is the most cost-effective way to reach your targeted audience. Hi, I'm Scott Visser with Pella Printing, and let us show you how print can dramatically increase your bottom line with a targeted direct mail campaign. Pella Printing can develop a direct mail piece using your existing customer list, or we can acquire a targeted demographic list for you. This way, your marketing message will get directly into the hands of those customers that like and need your product. Pella Printing, where craftsmanship and technology meet.
This is our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Andrew Schneider, Phil Hemming coming to you on 92.1 KRLS 2 tonight in Pella Dutch Live. Phil, let's go ahead and take a look at our second half adjustments drawn up by DeYoung Door Service. And for the Dutch, it's just been uneven tonight. Defensively, I think they got to be pretty happy with 19 points. A lot of the offense for Fort Madison came off of Pella turnovers. It's just, again, you know, not that everything's been written yet at this point in the season, but Pella just is that team right now offensively. There's just one that's going to be uneven. They really, I think, Fort Madison, credit them. I think they kind of switched to a zone or something. They certainly took away a lot inside. Pella has not been able to respond and have missed a lot of three-pointers because of that. And, you know, the good news is for the Dutchville, they're not out of this game, but clearly offensively, I think that's been kind of the point that needs some improvement here.
Yeah, and the best way to beat a zone is with tempo, and I felt like that was something we did well early on. We would get steals and then get out in transition, try to score early before they had a chance to set up. So that'd be one of my keys to the second half. Also, it's going to be those turnovers. You work really, really hard on defense. The last thing we want to do is give the ball away. We had a few opportunities there where we came away empty-handed. So I think if we can clean those things up, and then, like Coach Forsyth said, I mean, we know they're not in that locker room saying don't shoot threes. They're encouraging the girls to continue to let it fly. We're just waiting for the gods above to allow the law of averages to level itself out and some of those to fall. I think 1 of 10 3-point shooting in the first half.
And I think it's not an issue with taking the shots. I think it's doing more so in rhythm, right? There's not a lot of them coming off of screens. We've seen a lot of girls who just kind of stand there looking for something to do, and then they just turn it up and puck it up. Yeah. That's not going to probably be the answer.
No, you need to take those 3-point attempts in the rhythm of the game. Make sure your feet are set. A lot of good times, it's that in and out action or coming off a screen, like you said. So definitely another thing they could add to it.
If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at the new showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And that will get us here to the end of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. We'll talk about them in just a second. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. And just like that, Katie Shekel will lose the ball out of bounds, and Pella already with their first turnover of the half. So we're tied at 19.
Could have maybe gone either way on that one.
Either way. Offensive rebound after a missed three for Davis. That's her 5th board collected. And then already a 3rd foul on Maggie Thompson. So Thompson just got back into the game, and Charlie Hoopner, credit her, took it right at Maggie, and Thompson made contact on the arm. A pretty clear foul. She looks surprised, but I don't know why she was. I think she's also frustrated that she's already at to her 3rd foul.
Well, it's just so tempting, as good of a shot blocker as she is, but you can't have that down action. Anytime you make contact with the shooter's arm, the referees are going to get it, and that was probably the right call.
So 20-19. Fort Madison back on top. That's the 4th time the lead has changed in this game. Pella, at one point, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, had a 6-point lead. Pella had tried to save the rebound from going out of bounds, and they eventually will. We'll get the team rebound there to Pella, but Fort Madison then took a charge of their own, got their own 5-point lead. Pella tied it just before the half, but some of the same issues that plagued the Dutch in the first half cropping back up here in the second half. Tauke gets cut off on the corner, tried a baseline drive, didn't work. Now Oltman has it on the wing, dribbles inside of the bricks right side, back out to Long. Long dribbles across the top of the horn to Shekel. Pella trying to get some ball movement here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Out to Tauke. Tauke loses it at half court, and now she's going to drive, take a runner at it. Maybe had some contact there, wasn't called, and the rebound by Menke. 6:50 to go here in the third quarter. Fort Madison looking to add to a 1-point lead, and they will. The runner is in on the left side for Davis. Sorry, that was Hubner in transition, excuse me. Vincent nearly loses it. Then Shekel draws contact and gets the shot to fall and count, and a chance for a hoop and her.
Nice soft little kiss off the back there of the rim.
And one opportunity for Katie Shekel. Pella needed it after giving up the fast break points on the other side to Hubner. But she'll miss, get her own rebound.
Though.
Pella nearly throws it away. And now
Oltmann
for a
ring
big
it up.
three. Jenna Oltmann takes advantage of the offensive rebound. It turns into a 5-point swing for the Dutch. And now another steal here. Up ahead to Cameron Long, who misses the layup.
Just misses it.
Rebound goes to Fort Madison. It does force a Fort Madison timeout, so good news there. And that's one of those where, again, experience for Long, right? No one was around her. She just forced and rushed her shot. And
I think got too far under the basket there.
So it forces our final 30-second Pella Motors timeout for either team, where you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Again, on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, also we are awaiting results from bowling tonight, as Pella was on the road to ADM. They had their Saturday match also pushed back, so we'll get those up here in a moment, as Coach Smith did share that information with me earlier today. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look and see how the Dutch did. It looks like the Pella boys fell 20-37 to 26-26 in a Midtown Tire and Auto Spot instant radio update. The Pella girls will win they'll win by a short margin, 18-01 to 17-62. So congratulations to the Pella girls bowling team. Counted and one on the other side as Menke drives in and finds the hoop in the herd.
And not sure where the foul was there. I thought Oltmann did a great job of really, just kind of holding her ground and took the first bump. If you're going to make the contact, that was the foul. And then, the offensive player charged into her a second time. They rang her up.
Missed free throw for Menke. She's now 1 of 3 at the line. Pella will keep the possession as they tried to rush ahead. It was knocked out of bounds last by Fort Madison, just in front of the festive Hawaiian Christmas student section.
A little bit of everything there tonight.
Well, it's a makeup, so I suppose. Looks like Hawaiian's the main theme there.
Yeah, Hawaiian Christmas, I like it.
My son can say that song. I can't say the name of it because I don't remember it, but it's one sung by Bing Crosby. Anyway, Pella in rhythm, another missed shot, and the rebound goes out of bounds off of Vincent. And it feels like Pella's panicking a little bit with these possessions. They've had a couple of open looks, and because they've missed so much, Phil,
they're frustrated.
Yeah, you can tell that both shots were too strong.
Yeah, you can just see, based on body language, they're frustrated. These shots aren't falling. They're getting great looks. They're getting great opportunities, just unable to cash in on them.
Another Midtown Tire and Auto Spot instant radio update. Des Moines Christian and Pella Christian tied at 11 after one live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Steal here for Jenna Oltmann. Second Fort Madison turnover of that
quarter. There's the tempo
quarter.
we were talking about.
Parks works it over to
Nice
Tauke.
drive.
Tauke kicks it back out to Vincent, finds a wide open Parks in rhythm for three!
There's the three-point rhythm that you were talking about, Andrew. Pella moved the ball. It started with transition to open things up, and then they moved the ball very well inside to out.
Avery Parks knocks it down from downtown. Air ball right to Emerson Wogan, who's waiting for it. And now Wogan brings it down the floor with pace. Pella on their half of the court, out to Vincent. Vincent doesn't take the shot, back out to Wogan, who will from downtown. And
There
the
it
answer is
is.
yes. Back-to-back threes as Wogan follows up Parks. And the Dutch back up to their largest lead at 6.
I think Pella 3 of 4 from 3 this half after that big, long 1 of 10 drought in the first half.
And the difference, Phil, we talked about it. Everything has been in the flow of the offense. Fort Madison to answer, no good. Rebound is controlled by Menke, and then the putback is in. That time Pella a little breakdown there They had the bodies there, but no one boxing out, and Fort Madison will take it. And now Parks, that probably should have been called a foul. Shot misses. And the rebound goes to Fort Madison. Yeah, she clearly had her arm extended there, Phil.
Yeah, it was a bad no call.
That's all right. Pella will take it. It's a 4-point Dutch lead. Bloodhounds with the ball, 30-26. Fort Madison down by 4. It's a game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Passes on the perimeter so far here for Fort Madison, trying to find an opening. Crossing over is Davis. She'll lose it. Here's Parks up ahead. She's got great speed in transition. Will lay it off and miss. No. Vincent, the offensive rebound, and she's back at the charity stripe for 2 more.
Boy, Vincent went down hard.
Well, Pella can ill afford her to be injured. She got up pretty quickly. Maggie Thompson with 3 fouls, and Katie Shekel, who is another post option for them, not ideal, has been dealing with an ankle injury. So Vincent, though, is back at it again, showing some toughness here as Emma Walkup comes in. Same with Maddie Harmon in for the 2 seniors on the other side, Kelsey Tauke and Jenna Oltman. 31-26 Dutch. Vincent this time way short. Offensive rebound to Walkup. Was looking for an outlet. She'll find it in Harmon. Pella rushing it here. No need to.
Yeah, got a new shot clock.
Yeah,
set it up.
Just because you got the offensive rebound, Phil, doesn't mean you need to shoot it right away. Pella in rhythm. Harmon, 3. Misses.
Nice
no.
job.
Another offensive rebound on the possession for Walkup. This time baseline jumper for Wogan. No good. Nothing else. Pella got a couple of offensive rebounds there from Walkup.
Oh, almost a steal. Tried to throw it off the Pella player there.
31-26, Dutch, 3:01 to go here in the 3rd.
Nice. Thrown at Pella and then almost stole it.
Now the Bloodhounds have it in the front court on the baseline, and Wogan will bring her arm down on number 23, Turnbull. May have been unnecessary, Phil, because that reverse layup was going nowhere anyway, but Pella with a little bit of a bailout foul here and 2 free throws coming from the Bloodhounds. Not that you don't want to play defense, Phil, but that shot was destined for the bottom of the backboard.
Shekels checking back in. Nice minutes from Vincent.
And this is interesting with Thompson in foul trouble, too. Shekel in the post. She's just so athletic. Not that she can't be an impact player down there, Phil. It's just you like her on the perimeter because she's such a good shooter and a passer, too. Both miss. Now there's the rebounding ability of Shekel coming in, her 4th in limited action.
Yeah, and coast to coast.
And she'll lay it off the glass
really
and in.
should have gotten the hoop and the arm. Got to give the offensive player a spot to land.
And there's a travel that's not called either. And then they're going to call a foul, the second quick one here on Wogan. So the officials feels like they're maybe still stuck in the ice storm here. They've missed a lot of calls both ways here tonight, and it's hard. We're not saying it's an easy gig, but there's about 4 or 5 calls in this 3rd quarter that they have just flat out missed, and it's been on both teams.
Yeah. Maybe the early start. Red Bull hasn't kicked in yet.
2:33 to go here in the 3rd. So that's the 4th foul on Pella. So Fort Madison in the bonus here for the final 2.5 minutes. Davis does a good job dribbling off of Walkup, and a nice dribble drive for Deanna Davis. She's up to 8 points to lead the Bloodhounds. Back within 5, 33-28. So Pella took a 7-point lead, which was their largest in the game. Just a few moments ago, Harmon gets it out to Walkup. Walkup for 3, no. High off the iron, it's cleared on the boards by Hallie Menke. But it's poked out and a reach-in call on Parks.
There's one miss that you're talking about. Pella with the clean steal, and the referee bails him out.
Well, and he was behind the Fort Madison player and apparently had x-ray vision. The should be 2 free throws coming in, it is. Andrew Schneider, Phil Hemming here on KRLS 2 and Pella Dutch Live. Hope you're enjoying this Monday night makeup. The freezing rain froze us out of competition on Saturday night, or afternoon into the night. So we're playing here on a Monday. Free throw shooting has not been particularly strong here for Fort Madison.
And I believe we get to do it again tomorrow night. Gilbert.
Yeah. That'll be a step up. Even more in competition from good Fort Madison teams, at least based on the rankings. 2 offensive rebounds for Davis after all those free throws miss, and Fort Madison will get their points anyway. 10 points, 8 rebounds for Davis. Walkup will put up a prayer and it's answered.
Somehow gets it to fall off the glass.
She's got 5 points, and Pella back up by 5, 35-30. Minute 41 to go here in the third. If nothing else, these games have been interesting. But I wouldn't chalk this one up, third quarter up to a whole lot of fundamental basketball or either team. Davis steps into a 3 way short. We're playing beach volleyball for the rebound, and it's eventually controlled by Hadley Wolf, who fights hard for it. Her first board of the night, and she'll find the post underneath, back to Davis. So some breakdowns on the Dutch defense, and Fort Madison cashes in. They're back within 1 possession. Walk up.
Got it blocked, I think.
Wolf will get the rebound here. So the Bloodhounds, I think the pace would favor Pella here. They've taken advantage. Number 0, Jacayla Nelson, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, had 5 rebounds and a steal in about 2 minutes of action. And a bucket back in that second quarter. She's been big off the bench, and Pella has a hockey line change. Walk up, the only player to stay in. We've got Vincent Long, Tauke, and Riley Parks in. Fort Madison will just throw it away. Walk up her second steal. And then Pella will throw it right back to Wolf. And then it's thrown right back to Pella. What'd you say earlier, hot potato? And now Parks kicks it out to Walkup. Catch and shoot 3, air mails it. And the rebound goes to Davis. A rebound shy of a double-double. Shot clock is off, 30 seconds left here in the third. Pella hanging on to a 3-point lead. Neither team's been able to pull away beyond the 7-point mark. And then a foul on the body called there by Vincent.
Shoot.
It's free throws for Menke. Live on Pella Dutch Live tonight in KRLS 2. Andrew Schneider, Phil Hemming. 19 seconds left here in the third. Fort Madison can bring it within 1, barring an offensive rebound after a second miss. They'll make the first. Menke is now 2 of 4 at the line. That will improve what has been so far. It's now a 3 of 12 night from the line. Sorry, 3 of 10, excuse me. This will be the 11th free throw taken, and making both is Wolf.
1-point game.
6 of her 7 points have come here in the third quarter, and it's, a 1-point game, 35-34. Dutch up by 1. Bounce pass into Oltmann. Oltmann
Nice
through
post.
the defense. Nearly gets it to fall and a chance for 3, but instead 2 more free throws coming for Oltmann.
Well, and you think about where we were at halftime with only 19 points, both teams with a big offensive explosion. Pella was 16, chance to extend that here. And Fort Madison put up 15.
So Oltmann missed her first two free throws. Now she has this one in. Up to 6 points on the night. And nearly 7, but she'll miss the second. Rebound control by Fort Madison's Davis. She now has her double-double.
3 seconds.
And now a bullet pass in and a turnover just before the end of the quarter. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Pella 36, Fort Madison 34. Inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth.
Considering window replacement or a remodeling project? Would you like the opportunity to work with a Pella Windows certified local contractor on your home remodeling projects? DeHuysen Carpentry is a Pella certified contractor handpicked for their expertise with window and door installation or replacement, as well as remodeling and home renovation capabilities. For your next project, call DeHuysen Carpentry at 780-1858. DeHuysen Carpentry, masters of consistency and quality.
Central Iowa Roofing is among the industry leaders in all shingle applications, steel panel roofing, and have experience in many kinds of flat roofs. Have a leak? Let them help you track it down. They employ some of the best roofers in Central Iowa and will make sure your job is done right. They also specialize in storm damage, including dealing with those pesky insurance companies. Let them help navigate the repair process of your roof damage. They serve all of Central Iowa, including you. For more information, visit them on centraliowaroofing.inc.com.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming coming to you live where Fort Madison trails Pella by 2. Non-conference action to make up from Saturday's freezing rainstorms. And Pella has led by as much as 7 in this game, Fort Madison by as much as 6. Pella led for the duration, or the majority of the third quarter. Maggie Thompson on the floor with 3 fouls, joined by Tauke, Oltman, Shekel, and Long. The starting 5 on for Pella. Also the starting 5 on for Fort Madison, Davis, Wolf, Turnbull, Hubner, and Menke. And then a jump ball, and Pella will force a turnover, Phil, just to start things off here. Fort Madison's 7th here of this second half.
There we are. We'll take it.
I've got the Monday night slow down here too, I think. Backing in is Oltman.
Nice post move from Oltman.
She'll drop it in for her 8th point of the game. Pella has a 2-possession lead, 38-34. Dutch defense swarming Menke in the middle. And another shot block, Katie Shekel. And she'll get her own rebound, her 4th.
Wolf there, yep.
Out to Oltman, thought about the 3 instead, backs it in. Back out to Tauke. Tauke then off the screen, finds the opening.
Oh, just missed the runner.
Davis gets her 11th rebound for her trouble. Fort Madison ball already over the half-court line. 7 minutes to play in regulation. Dutch lead the Bloodhounds by 4. Couple of passes on the perimeter. Back to Davis on the wing. Top of the circle for Hadley Wolf. The 2 leading scorers for Fort Madison on the season are the 2 on the scoreboard tonight. Wolf adds to it. That's her 8th point. 12 for Davis, and it's back to a 1-possession game. 38-36. Dutch lead the Bloodhounds. Girls basketball action at half court. It's Tauke from the big green P center court. Down low to Oltman again, trying to back through a double team this time. She'll drill contact, and the basket counts.
Boy, that's been open all night. Oltman just putting her defender on her hip and able to drop step with a little spin move and a baby hook off the glass.
Oltman is 1 of 4 from the line. She's got 10 points. This to make it 11. No.
Normally, like you said, an 85% free throw shooter. She's kind of struggled here at the line tonight.
Fort Madison turns it over as coming down the floor was number 32, Charlie Hubner, and then she ends up on the lap of her teammate, number 24, Melina Bentley, on the bench. So that is the 8th Fort Madison turnover of the half. Pella with just 2 so far. Dutch have just been missing some shots here and then, but the offense is starting to click a little bit. A 2-possession lead with the basketball, 40-36, 6:08 to play in the 4th. Long from the elbow, works it over to Tauke, shoots it back out to Thompson. Open 3, way off the mark, and the board is controlled by Wolf. And Pella's Long and others trying to force a turnover, but Long instead will get tasked with what I believe is just her first foul of the night, first of the 4th quarter. All 5s on the clock. Pella 40, Fort Madison girls 36. Hope you're enjoying this Monday, December the 16th. A gorgeous day after the winter weather we experienced over the last couple weeks. Ball was loose on the ground for a second, then picking the pocket is Katie Shekel of Davis. Shekel, her 2nd steal. Pella in transition. Shekel, the 10-footer doesn't go.
Yeah, just
pops
bounces
on the
out.
rim. Davis up to 12 rebounds, and Fort Madison already in the front court. And a Pella Motors timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 40-36 Dutch lead inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth.
Knoxville Farm and Home has perfect deals for your pets this week, December 8th through the 14th. Save $5 on select 2, 3, or 5-gallon metal poultry waterers, and when you bundle it with a poultry waterer heater base, you save a total of $10. Looking for goodies for your furry friends? Take an extra 10% off all cat and dog toys, collars, and leashes. Need something cozy? Heated pet beds and bowls are 10% off, and you'll save $10 on select dog crates and exercise pens. Knoxville Farm and Home, what a farm store should be.
Winter driving will happen at any time. Stay safe with Midtown Tire. Right now, get a $70 instant rebate on a set of Bridgestone tires or $60 instant rebate on Firestone tires. Plus, alignments are just $40, helping you drive straight and safe all season long. Don't wait. Midtown Tire and Pella has the deals to keep you rolling.
No hassle, no waiting. Rebates made simple at Midtown Tire in Pella.
Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. See Midtown Tire for details.
On the other side of our timeout, Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. ADM 2,837 to Pella's 26-26 in boys bowling. The girls won 18-01 to 17-62. Also, Pella Christian and Des Moines Christian were tied at 11 after 1 live on 92.1 KRLS at your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, where they're serving you in building community across the Red Rock area with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, Melcher, Dallas. They are Marion County's financial leader. 40-36, Dutch lead by 4. On the other side of a timeout for Fort Madison, 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming on KRLS 2 and Pella Dutch Live. On the other side of a Pella Motors timeout. Hadley Wolf contested 3, and it's in. Wow. Had a hand in her face and buries it to make it a 1-point game.
That was a tough shot.
She's up to 11 in the game, just one behind team leader Davis with her 12. Here's Cameron Long as Pella tries to reset their offense. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. And a Pella turnover, their third of the half. It's a steal for Turnbull. Just a bad pass there for Long at the top of the circle. And now for Fort Madison.
That one's tipped.
It was blocked by Long. Good answer, and the rebound goes to Thompson. So Pella does a good job recovering on defense. Thompson's at the half-court line. Had to keep her heel off that or would have been over and back.
Yeah.
So at the big green P, it's Cameron Long. Pella with 20 seconds on the shot clock, 4:28 on the game clock. Tauke calling for it in a clap. Works it back to Oltman left wing.
Thompson working hard for position inside there.
Long puts up a really wild runner, and then the offensive rebound putback is no good, and Long gets her second foul. Just not, all of a sudden, Phil, that offensive flow that was there a few minutes ago, it's gone again.
Yeah. Pella just struggling to find that rhythm. Kind of been the tale of this game is moments where they find those droughts. Coach Forsyth going to sub here, see if he can figure out a different combination to get some firepower.
Emerson Wogan checking back in. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Pella leads Fort Madison's girls 40-39 in basketball action. Here on KRLS 2 and Pella Dutch Live. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound is controlled by Oltman. Just her third of the night with her 10 points. In the corner here is Wogan. Wogan directing traffic, dribbles it to the wing and finds near the volleyball line Cameron Long. Long back to Wogan. Wogan trying to find more openings and nothing showing so far underneath. Tauke is stuck in a Pella Motors timeout for head coach Blaine Forsyth. It's a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here and tell you about a Midtown Tire and Auto Spa instant radio update, where Pella Christian trails Des Moines Christian 24-23 at the half. That's live on the Pella Christian YouTube channel and on 92.1 KRLS. We're going to call this our urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walk-in clinics in Pella, Knoxville, or Ottumwa. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times. Phil, this Pella offense, 40 points isn't going to do it tonight. They've got to find a way to get some rhythm again, and right now they're just struggling to find anything underneath it. Part of it is, and we're not blaming Coach Forsyth at all for his subs, but it feels like sometimes they're taking certain players off to save them for certain minutes, and right now Pella's best offensive lineup, part of them may be sitting on the bench, so this group's got to figure it out.
Well, foul troubles led to that little injury bug tonight as well, and so some of that's a forced hand. But, yeah, Pella needs to find some rhythm, and I'm guessing that's what they talked about at the break.
Well, just before the shot clock, Cameron Long gets the floater to go. That's her first bucket of the night. Couldn't come at a better time. Pella still only up by one possession, 42-39, 3:11 to play here in the fourth quarter over Fort Madison. Bloodhounds in the front court set. This is Davis, game high 12 points. Looking for more, way off the mark. Rebound tipped around and then eventually controlled by Tauke. Up ahead, Long got behind the defense and she'll get the fast break points.
From Long.
In the fast break for Cameron Long, and it gives Pella some cushion here, 44-39 with just 2:47 to play.
Well, we talked about it as one of our keys to the half is finding offense from your transition.
Another missed layup. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
And then a scramble for the rebound has Cameron Long earning her fourth foul. And that time, Phil, has got to be frustrating for Pella. They had three players who touched that before Fort Madison got to it.
Yeah, definitely lost opportunity there. But what I was getting at was one of our keys to this half was really making sure our defense turns into offense and doing that in transition. Pella's done a nice job of that here. Let's see if we can do it again.
Davis hands it off to Wolf. They're the 2 leading scorers tonight and on the season so far for Fort Madison. Looking for more. That's a long jumper just inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, long 2.
Wolf gets up to 13 to lead all scorers. Back to a 1-possession game. 2:20 to go on the game clock. Pella can afford Phil to take some time, or they'll just take the shot. 3 is no
Wogan
good.
Just lines it up and misses.
I appreciate the thought there, Phil, but again, situational basketball. Not that you want to try and say bleed the clock, but Phil, you want to, if you have a small lead.
Definitely could have taken some time off that.
Fort Madison for the tie in the corner. It's a tough
Good
shot.
box out from Wogan.
Wogan clears the rebound for the Dutch. Up ahead to Tauke, then throws it away.
Just missed Tauke.
It has been an unfortunate story to Pella's season so far, but one of the things I imagine they're going to work a lot on at break is passing. It was the same thing against Carlisle, right, Phil, where they'd have these possessions and there'd be these lollipop passes for skip passes, and Carlisle would get turnovers that kept them in the game. So,
yeah, just really understanding the flow of the game. I mean, right there, the possession is more valuable than the transition. So just get your feet set and make that easy 100% pass, not a chance over the head pass that might be intercepted or turned over.
Fort Madison has the ball down by 3, and then they'll throw it to half court. Fighting for it is Thompson.
Thompson's going to get called.
No, they're going to call over and back.
Over and back.
So she must have got the ball on the near side of the court and then carried it over the half court line.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out the rules on that, because you can inbound to the backcourt. So like you said, you really have to get a hand on it or have possession of it
before it got to
that point. I thought they did their scrum there. I thought Thompson got whistled for one, but we'll take it.
And she may have very well should have been whistled for it. Pella with 25 seconds on the shot clock, working it here to Katie Shekel. Shekel on the elbow, gets it out to Wogan. Here's Oltman. Oltman weaving in center. The defense lost it, was knocked out. She'll somehow come back up with it. And now Tauke finding a free throw line jumper for Shekel, no good. And then Sheck does enough to at least force the tie up. It will go back to Fort Madison. And there was some contact on the floor. And we got a player down. And that's the same player who fought for that rebound with Shekel. And it's an injury timeout, a Pella Motors timeout.
Kind of a arm wrestling match with Shekel, and I wouldn't want to enter that.
No. That's number 23, Rylan Turnbull, who will get the rebound on the play.
Good to see her up.
But she's favoring her right arm, so she'll check out. The Pella Motors will drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee on that injury timeout. Well, who is always open, presented by Anytime Fitness. Right now for Pella, it's been Jenna Oltman. We'll see if she can get one more bucket here. Who is always open, presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way, anytime at Anytime Fitness. We have a full timeout here from Fort Madison. Game situation. Bloodhounds will have the basketball, I believe, inbounding from near the Pella bench, or I guess they'll take it all the way down to the baseline. Either way, Phil, they've got to go the length of the court and get something here, because we're starting to run out of daylight here for Fort Madison.
Yeah. And it's going to be, about, I would guess, 4 or 5 more possessions in this game. And, Fort Madison already needs at least 1, maybe 2 to tie. So time is running out here.
44-41 Dutch. We do have boys action to follow. And Phil, the Pella boys are going to be trying to pick up the pieces after and Coach Schulte admitted a very disappointing second half. Credit Grandview, they played much better like the 2A contending team we saw, but Pella did not match that energy in the second half, and it's just one loss early in the season. Obviously, it doesn't hurt things long term, but this Pella team is also showing some of those signs that they're not quite where they want to be chemistry-wise just yet.
Yeah, before we get into that, I did want to wish you happy anniversary.
Thank you. 7
you and your
years
wife
ago.
Celebrating 7 tonight. So congratulations. Kate and I have a few more on you.
I figure, and hopefully we have a few more yet to give here. So,
but congratulations. But yeah, Pella boys, we'll get to that later. But I'm excited for them to have another opportunity tonight to kind of fix some of those problems maybe we saw in the second half.
We have not seen the best of the Dutch boys, that's for sure. Under 60 to play now. Fort Madison over the timeline. They've got the ball with Wolf in the corner. This is Davis. She's got 12 points. tries to make it a one-score game or one-point game, and then Tauke just kind of, again, not aware that there was a player behind her, nearly lost it, but Pella fortunate to keep it here. And now the Dutch really want to run some clock here. They've got a chance to take the shot with, 2 or 3 seconds left on the shot clock, right? Unless it's something completely wide open. But instead, they'll throw it away.
Turn it over. I mean, they talked about maybe 4 or 5 total possessions left. Each team has had one. Bloodhounds need this one to tie.
They'll take the 3, no good, and Thompson
Pella
clears the
able to
rebound.
get it.
And now Fort Madison has to foul, and they will on Tauke. The problem here for Fort Madison is they've got a lot of work to do here. They got 3 fouls to give if they're going to get to the free throw line. Now, the good news is there, Phil, you can be very aggressive in trying to get steals, but the officials in this situation are also looking for fouls. So, 3rd foul, by the way, on Davis. And I think they're playing some defense for offense here.
Pella with a 4 across look. Look for Thompson to leak out over the top would be my guess. A little fake and then a fly.
And Oltmann is fouled.
Get Oltmann.
So Oltmann, who came into the night the best free throw shooter for the Dutch, has been shaky at the line. She's on the floor. She'll get a chance potentially if Fort Madison gets 2 more fouls. In the meantime, we got subs coming in and out. Number 2, Molly Schulte back in for Ellie Hubner. They literally, Phil, 5 seconds ago switched out of the game. Thompson just does get it. And then Menke reaches in and got awfully close, Phil, to getting that tie-up, but now bonus here for the Dutch.
Yeah, it wasn't a clean catch. Bobbled a little bit.
44-41, and now we'll get a Pella Motors timeout here for the Dutch. There's 9.9 seconds remaining. This is another urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walk-in clinics in Pella, Knoxville, or Ottumwa. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella at one point led by as much as 7. Fort Madison at one point took a 5-point lead. Not a whole lot of ties or lead changes in this game. Pella has led this game since, about 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. But from there, they've been able to just do enough to hang on.
Just kind of, unable to run away with this thing here and leaving the Bloodhounds in the game. Now it's going to come down to execution and then the ability to knock down free throws to secure this win.
In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
Thanks to Andy Johnson, by the way, taking Monday night that he does not want to be here probably in for work tonight to keep us up here on Pella Dutch Live, a big Minnesota Vikings fan.
Are we allowed to do updates up here on that game or
not? Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
And I hope it's a Vikings loss, but well, and speaking of my wedding anniversary, Phil, my wife and I in 2 weeks are going to get to go see Packers Vikings to get to see the greatest football team on God's green earth play those.
Now, was that your wedding present or anniversary?
It was
present?
Carly's idea.
Oh, okay. All right, fair.
Pella to inbound, has a wide open Maggie Thompson. Thompson to lay it off the glass and in for 2. There's your dagger, and the Dutch will walk away, even with some pinball at the end, with their 5th win of the season. Your final score, Pella 46, Fort Madison 41. We'll have your post-game coverage, wrap it up quickly here on KRLS after this.
Driving will happen at any time. Stay safe with Midtown Tire. Right now, get a $70 instant rebate on a set of Bridgestone tires or $60 instant rebate on Firestone tires. Plus, alignments are just $40, helping you drive straight and safe all season long. Don't wait. Midtown Tire in Pella has the deals to keep you rolling.
No hassle, no waiting. Rebates made simple at Midtown Tire in Pella.
Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. See Midtown Tire for details.
The plugs in the car go spark, spark, spark. Spark, spark, spark. Spark, spark, spark. The plugs in the car go spark, spark, spark. At Central Tire and Auto.
If the plugs don't spark, the car won't start. For tires and brakes, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new spark plugs. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
At Central Tire and Auto.
'Twas the night before Christmas. Santa looked all around. Not one little reindeer was to be found. He decided Two Rivers Car Troll all go to fill up his car since it was fairly low. He would not disappoint. His timing was right. Thank goodness for Two Rivers. The Car Troll pumps open all night.
Even Santa loves saving 4 cents off every gallon of gas at Two Rivers Car Troll pumps in Pella and Otley. Use your Two Rivers local card and you'll save 4 cents off every gallon of gas every time you fill up. Happy holidays from Pella's only locally owned gas station, Two Rivers Cooperative.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Time to go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Pella moves to 5-2 on the season. They'll knock off Fort Madison by a final score 46-41. Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming coming to you on KRLS 2 and Pella Dutch Live. Your final stats are presented by the Reduff Agency. Jenna Altman leads the way with 10 points for Pella, 6 for Katie Shekel, 4 for Cameron Long. All coming critically in the fourth quarter. Michaela Vincent with 5 total points, and Kelsey Tauke finishes with 6. 13 for Hadley Wolf, 12 for Deanna Davis. That's your final stats presented by the Reduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats or customize an insurance plan for you. The Reduff Agency provides complete courteous service to the Pella area for a century. Your McCall Monumental play and player of the game. Well, man, it's Kelsey Tauke had such a big first half. Over time, Jenna Altman had the most points on the team. Player of the game, it's a tough pick tonight because there was contributions. Part of it was, though, Pella never again was quite in rhythm. So, I mean, there's a couple of options there, Phil, for some player of the game.
I was going to go Jenna Altman. That was my pick. I thought she really in the second half was consistent down the stretch and helped Pella maintain that lead. So that was my pick tonight.
Our play of the game, there were different couple ones, right, in that third quarter where Pella was down at one point. They got a couple of fast break opportunities. Cameron Long, the back-to-back, they had back-to-back three-pointers, not Cameron did, but Pella did, and then Cameron Long had a couple back-to-back buckets quick in the fourth quarter. There were a couple of sequences where Pella just strung together a few more plays than Fort Madison could.
Yeah, I was going to say Cameron Long there late in the game with her back-to-back buckets were my plays of the game because she did it offensively, then got the steal and able to do it on the offensive end after getting a defensive stop. So that was a really critical sequence in how this game played out.
Your McCall Monumental play and player of the game. When it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own, trust the area's leading monument designer and installer. McCall Monument on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. And Phil, less than 24 hours, a really good Gilbert team comes to take on both the boys and girls, but especially the girls Gilbert top 10 team coming here to Pella High School.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow night. Yeah, about the
Short
same
turnaround.
time. Yeah, we won't be this far into it, though. I think it's a little later start. So
nearly the same bat time, St. Bat Chettle. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's boys matchup between the Dutch and Bloodhounds here on KRLS 2 and Pella Dutch Live.
Hi, this is Dalton Buck with Hy-Vee. We understand that times are difficult, and we want to do our part to help out. That's why we've lowered the prices on thousands of items throughout the store. These are new everyday low prices on thousands of items. And we also still have other ways to save, like our Hy-Vee Perks program and tons of digital coupons online in the Hy-Vee app. It's our mission to make lives easier, healthier, and happier. Stop in today and see our new everyday low prices on thousands of items at Hy-Vee.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
When memories become treasure, McCall Monument.
Pella Corporation is proud to be a part of our communities and supporting the children of their workers. They're honored to be recognized once again as one of America's top workplaces for diversity. At Pella, they value inclusion and community, ensuring a bright future for all. Thank you for making Pella Corporation a trusted name in homes across the country. Because at Pella Corporation, they're building more than just windows and doors.
Did you know that the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays can be a dangerous time of year for dogs?
This is Dr. Glenda Van Wyk at Van Wyk Veterinary Clinic. If your dog is vomiting, in pain, and or lethargic, these could be signs of pancreatitis. To avoid pancreatitis, always feed your dog a balanced diet and avoid high-fat foods like table scraps.
If your dog shows any of these signs, call Van Wyk Veterinary Clinic for treatment options right away.
Protect your pet's health at Van Wyk Veterinary Clinic.
Quality, compassion, family.
At Pella Insurance, they strive to provide you with bend-over-backward service to protect your home, auto, business, farm, life, and health. Pella Insurance is a local independent agency that has been serving the Pella community for over 30 years with a mission to provide you with a more holistic approach to your insurance needs. With access to a multitude of industry-leading carriers, they are focused on assisting their customers with protecting and maximizing their assets, resources, and opportunities. Call Pella Insurance at 628-9235.
Gordon & Associates Ltd. has offices in Oskaloosa and Creston, and they serve clients throughout most of Iowa. With more than 70 years of service and a growing staff of highly qualified employees, they provide clients with assistance in water treatment and distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, street construction and renovation, stormwater management, and residential, commercial, and industrial developments, in addition to a variety of specialty projects. Today, Gordon & Associates Ltd. continues to grow and prosper, building upon the solid foundation of its predecessors. Give Gordon & Associates a call today at 641-672-2526.
Live inside our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. We welcome you back to Pella High School. Now for our boys matchup of this makeup doubleheader between the Dutch and Bloodhounds of Fort Madison. Andrew Schneider alongside Phil Hemming, and the Fort Madison Bloodhounds come in to this matchup at 1-1 overall. Pella at 1-2, so a lot of games that haven't been played, unlike the girls teams that are pretty well close to where they want to be at the midway season or midway point of the season. The boys have a little bit of work to do here to get to that point. Pella coming off of a tough loss to Grandview Christian, a game where they led by as much as 18 and watched that all evaporate in a matter of a massive 19-0 run in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Fort Madison has split their first two games of the season. And Phil, for Pella, this is just, I think, a little bit of a mental gut check. And maybe in hindsight, you wish you could have played it Saturday just to erase that taste out of your mouth sooner. But this is a Fort Madison team that beat Pella a season ago, has been part of kind of a Southeast Iowa resurgence in basketball over the last couple of years, between Washington having some good teams and Keokuk. And right now, the Dutch at 1-2. Obviously, nothing terribly hurt yet so far this season, but especially with the likes of Gilbert and an up-and-coming Newton team to finish off this winter break, Phil, I don't want to say must win, but obviously for this Pella team, one that they really want to have.
Well, I think, we'll stop talking about this eventually, but Pella getting a late start with some of their athletes playing in the state championship football game and just not having their legs yet. So Coach Schulte's really had a deep rotation, and I think we're going to see that shorten up here in the next coming games. I think he's to the point now where he's got to find who his top 8 guys are and really, roll with them. And, I think not to excuse it, but we've had some guys just not play consistent yet. And, that's something they're really looking to build and then really just looking to kind of carry the tradition of what Coach Schulte likes. I think the other night it was valuing the basketball. They had a flurry of turnovers in that big run that Grandview Christian had, and also just quality shots. Coach Schulte wants good quality three-point shots or layups, but not long twos. And I thought we took an awfully a lot of contested long twos against Grandview Christian Thursday night. So I think we'll see a different Dutch team. I'm not hitting the panic button yet. I think this is a state tournament team. Just got to work the kinks out here as we get started.
Well, and they see more height in the post yet again for the third consecutive game. Now, I'm not going to sit here and knock Dayton Lamar, a senior at 6'6", a very experienced player. He looks very nice here in warm-ups. Maybe not the level of post we saw the last week with 2 potential Division I post players, but again, one of those areas where Pella, I think because of that height, that's why they kind of stuck away, right, from driving the lane and trying to attack, especially with some early block shots in that Grandview Christian game. They've got to find a way to go at somebody, and tonight I think they've got to attack Lamar and attack this defense again and try to find ways to create those openings, right? Because it feels like when Pella can go to the rim, whether it's to kick it out for an open shooter or to take it themselves, that's where Pella is their most dangerous, because this is probably one of the better three-point shooting teams they've had since that state championship team, but that doesn't happen by taking a lot of mid-range jumpers, to your point. And tonight, I think it's attack and kick out, attack and kick out.
Yeah, and I think defensively, Jack McGuire, they intentionally is not guarded or did not guard Grandview Christian's big. They gave that assignment to Tyson Barnes. I actually thought Barnes played really well defensively. I thought he had an excellent game, and I think he's going to have to, he actually entered the starting lineup Thursday night. I think Coach Schulte goes with him again, and I think his, resurgence as he gets healthy coming out of football gives Jack the ability to play on the perimeter, and that's where I think teams are going to have trouble. This Bloodhounds team may have somebody big to guard Barnes inside, but then what do you do with Jack? And Jack, if Jack can really become that two-way player, defense, offense, inside out, Pella's going to be very, very hard to guard. I think the other key tonight is we need a big game. I've kind of, I don't want to say picked on, but singled some kids out. I thought Braden Trado didn't play his strongest game against Norwalk. I thought he improved. I thought Thursday night I did not see Austin Schulte as much as I'd like to. I think he needs to have a bigger night tonight offensively, and also really just taking care of the basketball.
Yeah, we'll see how that all shakes out in our McCall Monument. Monumental Radio keys to this game. Don't burden your loved ones with planning a memorial. After you're gone, pre-plan yours and trust the family at McCall Monument, the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 in Pella. So that all being said, the Pella, it's just the fourth game of the season. There's a long way to go, as you said, Phil, and a team that will already be, weather permitting, guaranteed a spot at Wells Fargo Arena. We expect to be there as Pella. Fort Madison is a program that's been an upstart here these last couple of years, and last year didn't end up getting to that point, but a team that's knocked off some quality teams in Southeast Iowa. And again, this is the schedule that Pella plays. It's one of those where darned if you do, darned if you don't. The hardest part of this year for Pella is going to be, and we say it's often a cliche, but realistically, if you look at BC Moore or whatever metric you want to look at, there are no non-nights off for this Dutch team.
Yeah, I love it because, you'll be so battle-tested come February, late February, playing the schedule they do, and you also get a chance to see, kind of gauge yourself. I mean, win or lose tonight, now what Fort Madison has, and you can kind of track them throughout the season and compare them to your team. Pella being able to kind of shotgun themselves all over the state, do that with some of these non-conference matchups. I love it. I'm really excited about it.
Well, the good news is you're guaranteed a playoff spot. That's part A, so Pella, we're not expecting this, but Pella could be 5-15 going into the playoffs and still run and win a state title. Now, we don't expect that. We expect them to win a few more games than that, but that's the beauty of it. And then plus, remember, their two losses have come against a 2A and a 4A foe. So as we're starting to talk about postseason matchups, this one's maybe a little more critical, because when Chris Larson and that ratings committee are putting their things together, they're going to look a lot at 3A versus 3A matchups. Not to dismiss, Grandview might win the 2A state title, and Norwalk is a possible sub-state 4A team. So we're not dismissing any of that. Those are still losses on the schedule, but Pella's going to be judged by who they play in 3A. And Fort Madison and Keokuk, those are potential sub-state foes to go to state.
Yeah. No, I really, as you talk about, what this season can look like, I really expect Pella, once they figure this out, we're going to go on a long win streak. I think this is a team that has the talent to play deep into March. And so it's just a matter of when it starts clicking, and when it does, I think this is going to be a fun freight train to watch coming down the tracks as this season rolls on.
We'll see how it all shakes out. Those here live on KRLS2 and Pella Dutch Live. You are listening to Pella Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa. Bank Iowa is a proud supporter of Pella High School athletics. Everyone has a goal, an inspiration, a reason for being. Whatever that is for you, Bank Iowa says, let's make it happen. And we'll see if the Dutch can come up with their second win, or will it be the Bloodhounds who do that here tonight as well. We'll step aside quick, and when we come back, we'll have more of your pregame coverage. They're going to announce the starting lineups here, so let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services for the Pella Dutch. They're 1-2. Jack McGuire, 6'5" junior, wearing number 1. Colin Current, the 6'2" senior, wearing number 2. Tyson Barnes, the 6'4" senior forward, wearing number 4. Braden Trado, the senior point guard, wearing number 5. And Austin Schulte, the junior guard, wearing number 24. That's McGuire, Current, Barnes, Trado, and Schulte. For Fort Madison, number 1, Julian Deere. Number 2, Lucas Helmick. Number 4, Nolan Guzman. number 10, Dayton Lamar, and number 24, Jackson. Sorry, tonight it's a switch-up. Number 24, Jackson Guzman, number 25, Kendon Bowie in. Helmet not getting the start tonight. Do check that here on our list as well. Just saw that up on the scoreboard. Your starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services, a family-based business that treats their customers like family. For any plumbing and HVAC you need, call Austin at Vanderlinden Services. Your colors of the game are presented by Spain Painting. Pella is in their home white jerseys, green letters and numbers. And for Fort Madison, they're in their road black jerseys with the red numbers and letters and white trim. Your colors of the game presented by Spain Painting, whether it's interior or exterior paint or a garage epoxy floor. Levi would love to talk to you about your new look for your home or business. Check them out online at spain-painting.com. We'll step aside for a quick timeout as we wrap up our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Settling in for another Iowa winter, think about what the cold weather does to your garage door. Low temperatures can cause lubrication problems, metal to contract, and springs to become brittle. And consistent wet weather can cause your door to swell. Those things can lead to big problems, like your door getting stuck or not working at all. And that's the last thing you want to deal with in the freezing cold. Make sure those things don't happen by calling DeYoung Door Service for an inspection of your garage door today.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Back here at Pella High School inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS2 and Pella Dutch Live. It's a non-conference makeup from the freezing rain out, I should say, on Saturday. Pella Dutch has to take on Fort Madison. Your game time temperature is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It is still 39 degrees outside, very comfortable, but the uncomfortable part of winter is still coming back later this week. If your home isn't staying comfortable, trust the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella.
Van Haften.
Take a Midtown Tire and Auto Spot instant radio update. Des Moines Christian 43, Pella Christian 28. That's after 3. Also on your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, ADM Boys Bowling 28-37, Pella 20-26, and Pella Girls Bowling 18-01 to ADM 17-62. That's on your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. McGuire, Current, Barnes, Strado, and Schulte on the floor for the Dutch. It'll be Deere, Guzman, Lamar, Guzman, and Bowie for Fort Madison. Your opening tip is presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Dutch Mill Supply, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Andrew Schneider, Phil Hemming coming to you on Pella Dutch Live and KRLS 2. In the center circle, it will be number 10, Dayton Lamar, the senior, and the junior, 6'5" forward, Jack McGuire. Not shockingly, those are also Lamar 12.5 points per game, McGuire 13.7. Lamar second on Fort Madison. I was about to say leading scorer for both teams. McGuire is leading the Dutch. The opening tip is controlled by Barnes. He'll back cut it and he'll lay it off the glass and in. A quick, cheeky layup there for Tyson Barnes, and just like that, Pella 2-0 within the first 5 seconds of the game.
Well, excellent job by Tyson. Heads up play.
Spin move and a good answer quickly there for Nolan Guzman, a junior at 6'3". So some pace here early. Trado at the half-court line. Schulte on the left wing. Austin Schulte, coming off of a major arm injury in football, has played all games. In fact, started all these games so far. And Colin Kurt, Tyson Barnes and Kurt, the two all-state football players on the basketball floor here, getting the first 2 points of this game. We've seen 3 ties or lead changes. Here's Jackson Guzman, takes it hard to the rack, misses. Putback is short. Julian Deere, and then the rebound is cleared by Tyson Barnes, who has some trouble with it, finding Trado. He does. Schulte.
There it is.
Three-pointer is in.
Good to see Austin Schulte getting started early, knocks it down from the corner. Way to catch and shoot.
7-2, Dutch with a 5-point lead. There's Kendon Bowie, that was Bowie who made that dribble drive before. Sorry, folks, I misread the numbers. Now when you look at number 24, Guzman and Bowie there, Phil, you can see why I feel bad for the confusion. 15 seconds on the shot clock. It's been an interesting weekend, folks. My apologies to both families. Kurt with the rebound. Don't like to confuse players. Barnes misses the shot. Rebound goes to Bowie.
Barnes found himself a little too deep under the basket that time.
7-2, Dutch lead Fort Madison here at the boys game. 6:06 to go in the first. Here's Nolan Guzman. Out to Kendon Bowie. Bowie short on the shot, misses. Rebound goes to Trado. And that's tipped out of bounds. Oh, they'll say off of McGuire. Pella with their first turnover. So Pella will show that three-quarters court pressure they so often do. McGuire at the head of the Dragons, so to speak, with Current and Trado behind him.
Yeah, 1-2-2, three-quarter court pressure. It's soft. Just trying to deflect passes out of this.
Just over the timeline for Julian Deere.
They'll scramble back here in their man-to-man defense. The assignment clearly is Jack's been encouraged to dare number 25 to shoot because he is not guarding him at the three-point line at all.
Well, no three-pointers made for Bowie just yet. Deere may have gotten away with a little push-off and gets the second bucket of Fort Madison's night. Bullet pass up ahead in transition on the fast break for two. It's Austin Schulte. Good job by Trado, Phil, finding the open man on the post pattern, if you will.
Again, Jack daring
Bowie's not
Bowie to shoot it.
He has no interest in it. And a reach-in foul called on Colin Kurtz. First foul for either team. 9-4, Pella leads in a game reset. Wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. 4:59 to go, first quarter. Fresh shot clock here for the Bloodhounds on their half of the floor. Couple of perimeter passes as they go around the horn on the inbound. Here's Julian Deere on the near side. Top of the circle this time. Bowie does take the three, and he knocks it in. Well, now, Phil, I'm going to guess that McGuire may take a step or two out there.
He might need to.
9-7. Gap closed to back within two. Fort Madison hasn't led, but they've tied the game. Pella's had a couple of leads. Colin Kern had a shot, I believe, blocked, and then went out of bounds off of Barnes. 9-7 Dutch lead. Fort Madison can tie or take their first advantage here in this one. Also, I looked across the way from our girls game. You mentioned some of the alumni in the house. More late arriving alumni. There's a tongue twister. The great Abby Warner is in the house tonight.
I see Roman Hugen across the way as well.
Offensive rebound here for Fort Madison after the missed shot. Guzman. And we've got contact on somebody down here. It looks like called on Fort Madison. So there's a foul on Bowie. First for Fort Madison. So there's Abby Warner, an elite All-Iowa soccer player this past spring, a four-time All-State player.
She's sporting that accessory I know she doesn't want to wear for her knee.
Tore her knee,
yeah,
I believe in mid-October.
Yeah.
Yep. So the best yet to come, I think, at the Iowa Hawkeyes for Abby Warner. And that is, yes, the older sister of Nate Warner, younger, yeah. That's that Warner family for the Fort Madison.
Will Warner, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Pella on their offensive end here, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Jack McGuire takes it hard to the rim for two.
Jack might have got away with a hook there, but we'll take it. Strong move to the basket.
Dribbling through, tough defense there is Nolan Guzman of Colin Current. 3:43 to go, already halfway through the first quarter. Pella 11, Fort Madison 7. A lot of perimeter passes. Bowie shot fake this time, gets McGuire to chase, but then has to rivet it back out, and an open three is canned by Jackson Guzman. Back to a one-point game, 11-10. Dutch up by one. Schulte thought about the three, instead finds Barnes, has his shot recycled in the center by Lamar. Long rebound out in rhythm, but missing is Guzman. Pella passing it over the half-court line to Current. Are the Dutch trying to find an outlet, and it's thrown away by Pella. 11-10, Dutch up by one. Fort Madison still looking for their first advantage on this one. They've had a couple cracks at it. Tied the game briefly after Pella took an early 4-0 lead. And it looks like we're going to get some substitutions in. Michael Manning, who's had a nice start to the season. Harrison Mullins, Mr. 99 yards at the Dome not that long ago. Talked to Coach Van Houen about Harry's track prospects, and he is salivating at the opportunity to see Mr. Mullins on the oval this spring. 3 minutes to go here in regulation. Fort Madison down by one, though, with the basketball. 11-10 to Pella. Couple of passes on the perimeter. Again, here's Jackson Guzman. Just knocked down that three-pointer a while ago. Finds Nolan Guzman. And now Deere through some contact. Shot will count. Count it. Foul called on Trado. Trado's looked a little incredulous at both calls, both on that turnover last time. Thought it went off a Fort Madison player, and now on the foul call. That foul wasn't called on him, though. It was called on McGuire. So, and one chance here for Fort Madison. And Deere will complete it. Fort Madison has their first lead. 5 points for Deere. Pella on their half of the floor. Here's Mullins. Fort Madison kind of extending their defense here on Pella, trying to close some gaps in a hurry. Schulte has it rattle in and out, no good. Jack McGuire fights for the rebound and then throws it away. No, he then gets it right back and then travels on the spin move. Well, that was an interesting sequence to score. So an offensive rebound, then a turnover for McGuire. He got the steal right back and then turn it right back over again on the travel.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate sequence there. Not in our favor.
Over the timeline is Guzman. Flips it ahead to Deere, back to Nolan Guzman at the volleyball line. Michael Manning trying to be a gnat there defensively. And then Mullins.
Yeah, Harry's going to get called for swatting.
Knocks into Guzman, who will get 2 free throws. Midtown Tire and Auto Spot instant radio update. Des Moines Christian pulls away 54-37 over what Tyler Crabb called the shorthanded Pella Christian girls team. Boys to follow. First is in. Now, Fort Madison does not go super deep. At least through their first 2 games, they've only had 6 players suit up, and Lucas Helmick hasn't recorded a single point, rebound, or assist off the bench. He does have a start, and that rebound goes out of bounds off of Pella. I mean, Harry and Austin tried to sell it, but it hit off both of them on its way out of bounds. 2:05 to go here in the quarter, 14-11. Bloodhounds looking to add now to a 3-point lead after 1 of 2 made by Guzman. He's got
nice
3.
Shot by Austin there, getting in the passing lane.
And now picking it up here is the steal for Braden Trado, and then he just loses it out of bounds. Well, some of the issues we saw in the second half against Grandview Christian, Phil, are cropping up here for the Dutch. After those first couple of offensive plays, Phil, there's just been simply no flow on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, the good news is they forced a couple of steals and all the above. What a dish and a 2-hand slam by Dayton Lamar, and that'll force a Pella Motors timeout. 16-11, Fort Madison has exploded. Pella looks lost on the floor here.
Yeah, definitely a timeout where Coach Schulte's looking to have a conversation with those guys, just giving up easy baskets, turning it over after a steal there. He's ready to exchange a different game plan.
Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming on KRLS 2. So an interesting note, back to the rotation. So essentially, Phil, through the first 2 games, Fort Madison has only played 5 players. There's only 5 players that have accumulated any stats so far. So we'll see what that happens as you mentioned earlier. Coach Schulte goes, he wants to go deep anyway. We've got a lot of good players, but he's gone really deep these first couple of games. We'll see how that factors in fatigue-wise, but of course, it won't matter if Pella's down by 10 or 15 points what their fatigue situation is. Not to say they're getting there right now, Phil, but clearly Pella's got to find a way to stop this momentum.
Yeah, so far he's had his 8-man rotation.
Here's Tegan Hoekstra.
Tegan rounding out that group of 8.
The All-State baseball pitcher. Austin Schulte. Harry Mullins, way off the mark on the 3-pointer. It's kind of an interesting defense, Phil, that we've seen so far from Fort Madison. I wouldn't quite qualify it as man-to-man, but it's not certainly your typical zone. They've really tried to extend things as there's a 3rd Fort Madison turnover. It's been really fascinating to see just how much they're cheating, Phil, when Pella gets the ball on the perimeter. They're rallying to the ball quickly.
Yeah, they're really, I would call it a zone, almost a matchup zone. Really
Schulte,
hard closeouts.
And that short shot was short. Offensive rebound to McGuire. Manning thought about it. So Pella will keep it alive. Here's McGuire on the spin move and one. A needed hoop and harm and a chance for 3 for Jack McGuire.
I like that strong move from McGuire. Spin move in traffic.
Pella back within one possession. 16-13 game, under a minute to play in the quarter, and McGuire gets to 5 points. We expect a lot of three-point chances for McGuire to turn that way. And then Guzman gets around the defense on the other side. Nolan Guzman, Pella gives up another easy bucket.
Yeah, if I'm Pella, I would have gone quick here to try to get a 2-for-1, but then, instead we turn it over.
And then a whistle and a foul by Mullins on the turnover. This has just not been very good basketball here for Pella after they took a fairly sizable lead. And it's not just on any one player. That's 4 fouls, 2 quickly on Mullins, and he's been in the game for about 2 minutes. And he'll stay on the floor here. 18-14 Fort Madison with a chance to really put themselves in a good spot heading into the second quarter. Shot clock and game clock, Phil, are essentially the same, but the shot clock is still on technically. Not doubting the fast fingers of Jesse Jablonski down there, but if that shot comes off with 1 second on the shot clock, we're going to the end of the quarter regardless. Griffin Simpson into the game. Tough shot there for Lamar, but he'll get his own rebound and put it back in anyway. 20-14. Mullins tries to get a runner before the half and misses his shot. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. It is Fort Madison pulling ahead here to end the first 8 minutes. 20-14 inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth.
Open Anytime Fitness. For the last 16 years, Anytime Fitness has been open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Our award-winning gym allows you to work out on your schedule. With state-of-the-art equipment, expert trainers, a welcoming community, and the convenience of around-the-clock access, you're sure to find a fitness home with us. It's your fitness, done your way, at Anytime Fitness in Pella.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Pella Cooperative Electric. Just a reminder, our office will be closed December 24th, 25th, 31st, and January 1st to celebrate the holiday season. We will reopen on Thursday, January 2nd. As always, our staff is available to you 24/7 in case of outages or emergencies. Looking out for you, our member owners. We are Pella Cooperative Electric.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella at one point had a 5-point lead, but that has obviously flipped on its head. Poor offense, poor defense, and Fort Madison has been cashing in. Give them a ton of credit. 5 very savvy players on the floor for the Bloodhounds, and the Dutch trail by 6, and it's Fort Madison basketball. Pella with 5 turnovers. Fort Madison has had 4 offensive rebounds so far, and credit the road team. They have cashed in against a Pella team that has not found its footing since the first half of a really good-looking first half against Grandview Christian last Thursday. 20-14, Bloodhounds. Here's Deere. Behind the back dribble, lost it. Somehow got it back, and then a whistle and a foul.
For a foul on that loose ball.
On Trado.
I get guys' hands get tangled up, but that was a loose ball.
Griffin Simpson tasked with his first of the game off the bench. On the floor for Pella, it's Simpson, joined by Barnes, Current, Trado, and Tegan Hoekstra. Fort Madison, we have no expectation that they're going to sub anybody in this game. If they do, it'll be number 2, Lucas Hellman.
Yeah, he's in right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And 2 shots coming after another foul drawn by Pella. Now, I only meant that no offense to Helmick, but he's in 2 games recorded only 1 turnover in those 2 games. So I think he gives a certain player a breather every now and again, but Fort Madison is not particularly deep. The 5 they have are pretty good, though. And Date Lamar makes the first free throw. I mean, not sure what Pella can change too much defensively, Phil. They've just been a step behind, really, ever since about halfway through that first quarter. Second misses, and Hoekstra gets a rebound.
I think defensive rebounding's been a big part of it. We just have not been as physical.
Scoop layup and a nifty one by Griffin Simpson. He's going to be a player. Yeah. He's still pretty young as a sophomore, right?
Yeah, sophomore. Yep.
At 6'4", he's got good reach, very good athleticism. Older brother Will, of course, was a all-state golfer a couple of years. Runner for Deer doesn't go.
Nice job, Tyson. We're talking about defensive rebounding.
Strong board collected there. Simpson kicks it out to an open Current. In rhythm three, yes. And that's the thing, Phil. For a while there, the offense got so stagnant they weren't getting anything in flow. And Pella now closes the gap just like that. A quick 5-1 run to start the quarter.
Yeah, it started with a great defensive rebound by Barnes, a quick transition, and then find the open player.
21-19. Here's a steal by Barnes.
Now, I'd like to see us do something with that on the break here.
They tried, and the rebound is tipped out of bounds by Fort Madison. So it does stay with Pella. Try to get to Simpson.
We've had 2 or 3 of those breakaways where we just get ahead of ourselves, and I don't...
Almost too excited.
Yeah.
And now we're having a conversation between the officials. Not sure what about. And now we've got an official conversation over at the coaching area. 6:25 to go here in the second quarter. Pella down by 2, 21-19 to Fort Madison. And Pella looking for somebody. We got players hitting the deck. We got balls going around,
Barnes.
and there's a layup to go for Tyson Barnes, and we're tied up. 21 all. Just like that, Pella a 7-1 run to start the second quarter to get themselves back into this one. Nearly lost dribble there by Nolan Guzman, then Lucas Helmick. Top of the circle for Guzman. Back to Kendon Bowie, who has a three-pointer, and then a tie-up. Good job by Colin Current, forcing another turnover. Live here on KRLS 2 and Pellet Edge Live, under 6 to play, 5:57 to go. A game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric, where they're wired for excellence. 21 all. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Fort Madison just a few moments ago had a 7-point lead.
They're the veterinarian.
So in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Here's Griffin Simpson. Drives left side of the lane. Shot was blocked, and then he's knocked down, and 2 free throws coming for Griffin Simpson.
Thanks for giving me a timeout to parent.
Hey, I'm not quite to the part where I'm giving them money. I'll be there soon.
Yeah.
Although we had an anniversary gift sitting on our table, and Ellie already found it. So she knows her way at 1 year old where the money's at. Simpson knocks down the first. Pella's got their first lead since midway through the first quarter. Good minutes here for Griffin Simpson. Good minutes there for Tegan Hoekstra defensively, Phil. Pella needed a little bit of a spark there, and they got it.
Yeah, and that puts us into the 9-man, I believe, rotation again.
Simpson, 4 points quickly there. He's checked out for Austin Schulte. Jack McGuire back in as well. 23-21, Dutch back on top of Fort Madison. And Phil, this is the pace with Fort Madison effectively playing just 6 players, Phil. This is the pace Pella wants it at. A lot of up and down the floor. Make them run and earn it. Here's Guzman. Top of the circle for Helmick. Checking out, by the way, is the 6'6" Dayton Lamar for a few minutes. I mean, 6 player. There's a quick reach in called by Barnes, or on Barnes, I should say. I mean, we're not criticizing Fort Madison at all, but 6-man rotations are hard to manage. You can do it with 7.
It's hard to manage. Yeah,
with
for
7,
sure.
you can typically do it, right, Phil? Because you can at least get a couple players off at a time, but because then that one sub ends up getting a little worn down too. And if you're in any foul trouble, then good luck. 5:17 to go. And counted and one for the first bucket of the year for Lucas Helmick. Just a nice cut and a good pass to set him up.
Yeah, good pump fake.
$23-all, 7th tie or lead change of this early going. 5:14 to go here in the second quarter. It's the 4th foul of the quarter again on Pella. They've been very lucky to avoid, I think, a ton of foul trouble considering. But Tyson Barnes has 2, and he'll check out. Pella down to Schulte in the corner. Schulte traveled.
Going to get a travel there. Yep.
Just once he went down on that first jump stop, Phil, he kind of just dragged his foot with him.
Yep. Good in the NBA, but not here at the high school level, especially with this crew tonight.
They had a lot of travel calls, so much so we were asking for sponsorships in the first girls' game. There's a runner, it's in for Julian Deere, and Fort Madison back on top. 26-23. They were back on top, and now they made it a 3-point game. I should correct myself as Helmick made that 3-point play completed. A couple of 3-point plays in for Fort Madison tonight. 26-23, they lead by 3. Current draws a double team, has it tipped to McGuire. Down low to Nate Warner. Good to see him back into the game. And he'll shoot with that injured shoulder and knock it in. Nate Warner for 2. He said he could play tonight, but said he may not be able to play tomorrow when Will Hawthorne from Gilbert, the rematch between all-state running back and linebacker, comes on the basketball floor. But now we're down to 10 deep again here for Coach Schulte, Phil.
Yeah, I did see that.
With Warner coming in. And contact and a late whistle, and they're going to call the foul. No, travel.
Drug his pivot foot.
Well, initially there, I think everyone took a deep sigh because that would have been McGuire's second foul because there was a little bit of contact there, but it was player initiated. I think they got the call right. Halfway through the second quarter, Pella down by 1, 26-25. Fort Madison on defense. Oh, very aggressive attempt there for a steal by the Bloodhounds. Pella got to be cognizant of that extended defense. There's McGuire and called for the offensive foul.
Wow.
That's just his first, actually. Apparently, I must have missed one, so apologies for the mix-up. 26-25, Fort Madison, though, with the ball and a 1-point lead. Pella extending their defense here a little bit. Trying to wear down this Bloodhounds team. Right side here is Deere. And he knocks it in.
Deep 3 from Deere.
29-25, Fort Madison back up by 4. And Schulte has his pass tipped out of bounds. Dutch have struggled with this extended, you call it matchup zone defense so far, just with their passes on the perimeter, mainly when they've settled into the half court. Transition's been good, but that's because Fort Madison, Phil, can't settle into that deep.
Well, I'd like to see us really try to attack or exploit the middle of the floor. We seem to do a lot of perimeter passing.
Pella with 7 turnovers, by the way. Schulte, 3, may have been tipped slightly, but offensive rebound here from Michael Manning, who just checked back into the game. Pella keeps the possession alive. Top of the circle. Trado exchanges a pass with McGuire. Now to Schulte. Jack is open on the baseline. Shuffles it to an open Warner. Shot is short. Airmail goes to Guzman. On the other side, a contested 3 is no good. Bowie the rebound. And back we go. 29-25.
Oh, Warner jumps that.
And loose ball. Loose. Scrambled up and scooped up here by Trado, who knocks it in for 2. Probably should have been called tending there as it knocked into the backboard of the Fort Madison player, but Pella cuts the lead in half, 29-22, 2.5 to play, second quarter. Fort Madison with a 2-point lead and the ball against the Dutch. Boys basketball action, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Pella girls hung on for a 46-41 win, and now a tie-up on the floor. Arrow keeps it with Fort Madison.
Nate with another deflection. Just getting involved.
Also on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, it was Des Moines Christian's girls 54, Pella Christian 37. ADM bowling splitting with Pella. The boys bowling team for the Tigers winning 28-37 to 26-26. Pella girls winning 18-01 to 17-62. A lengthy conversation, and now we'll get a Pella Motors timeout. Wheel driveway happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Andrew Schneider and Phil Hemming here on KNIA KRLS and KNIA-KRLS.com. A makeup from freezing rain over in Cedar Rapids. 2/3 of an inch of ice.
I know.
What do you do with that?
Yeah.
We had about, I had about 1/8 of an inch here. Okay. So still a lot. It was slick, that's for sure. So hopefully people stayed safe and they're joining us here for this basketball action. So 29-27, we've had 8 ties or lead changes in this one so far. So Phil, Pella has still just not quite found the rhythm that they wanted here tonight. Fort Madison, give them a ton of credit, have every inch that Pella's given they've taken so far.
Yeah, it's, has been kind of 2 stories here. I love the way we started, but like you said, credit Fort Madison for really dialing up the defense to slow the Dutch down, and Pella just has been unable to make those adjustments, and then defensively giving up some easy looks.
2:20 to go. 16 seconds on the shot clock, which won't matter because it's a shot on the inbound that's no good for Fort Madison. Rebound to McGuire, his third. Jack gets it down to a wide open Griffin Simpson. He'll take the shot for three. Griffin Simpson, 7 points here in the second quarter, and he's keeping the Dutch afloat, and they get their lead right back, 30-29.
Yeah, big time minutes from Simpson off the bench to
a tip and a steal for Simpson. He's all by himself with a one-hand slam! And a Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game as Griffin Simpson scores 5 in a row, the steal and score for the sophomore. What a sequence there for Griffin Simpson. He's earning himself some playing time.
Absolutely.
He's just a sophomore. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but once he puts a little more meat in those bones, Phil, look out.
Well, there's the reason why he's playing tonight, and Coach Schulte sees something that he really likes, and that's why he's earned these minutes. 9
points here in the second quarter, and a Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Pella with a 32-29 lead. It's been the Griffin Simpson show as he got the steal and score on Fort Madison's 8th turnover. Pella extending their defense again. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Fort Madison hasn't had a good look here since. It's loose and stolen away by Trado. And then Trado looking for a call, doesn't get it, and it's knocked out of bounds and turned right back over. Harrison Mullins with 2 fouls to check in, and we're going to see Dayton Lamar for the first time in a few minutes here for Fort Madison. And again, they are strictly 6 players in the rotation, Phil.
Well, they've gone to 7 here.
We are to 7, excuse me, okay. So, who's checking in?
Well, number 5's on the floor.
Thank you, Brady Ulick, a freshman. A 5'10" freshman. Under a minute to play, Fort Madison with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Guzman passes up the open 3 and then tries to find the other Guzman and then loses it. A steal for Michael Manning. And then in the corner for 3, Austin Schulte gets the second tray of the game. And the Dutch open up a 6-point lead just like that. This is the Pella team, Phil, that we've been looking for these first couple of games. Even at Norwalk wasn't here just yet.
Yeah, no, it was a great sequence. Really starting to play with some elevated energy, too.
Defense turning into offense. There's about a 3-second differential between game clock and shot clock here. 15 seconds on the shot clock for Deere. Has his shot blocked by McGuire, out of bounds, off of Deere. So Pella, Phil, wasn't that long ago they were trailing by 6, and now they got a 6-point lead and the ball with a chance to add to it.
Yeah, let's hope.
They throw it right away to Manning. Not sure where he was going with that. There was no one in that area, and a really bad sequence there for Manning as he gets the foul and one on Guzman. Well, that's not what he wanted. So Pella with a great prime opportunity, Phil, to take a 3-possession lead into the half. And now Fort Madison is a free throw away. We're not picking on Michael, but you throw it away, then you foul the player on the other side. Trado's going to come in.
Trying to see what's going on here
for Simpson. Although I don't know if I want Simpson to come off the floor the way he's been playing. I guess everyone needs a break, don't they? 5 seconds remaining. And Nolan Guzman with a chance to make this a 1-possession game, and he will. Pours it in. He's 2 of 3 from the line. Mullins will get a second crack at an ender here. No, it'll be on the shot. No good.
Off from Schulte.
And that takes us to the end of the first half. Pella does have a lead, 35-32. See how it goes inside our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show after this.
CNA at Hearthstone can bring joy to your life. With a $2,500 sign-on bonus, you can plan a vacation or pay off some bills. With a tuition reimbursement program of up to $3,000 a year, you can advance your career. And with flexible scheduling, you'll have the ability to enhance your work-life balance. There are immediate openings for both full-time and part-time CNAs. To learn more or to apply and bring joy to your life, visit wesleylife.org/Hearthstone and click Join Our Team. Or call 628-1244 and ask for Katie.
Hi, this is Levi Spain with Spain Painting in Pella. I've spent the last 5 years painting the exterior of homes and businesses around town, and I get asked all the time if I can paint the inside too. As we've grown our team and built our capacity, the answer is now yes. We now offer interior and exterior painting as well as garage epoxy floors. Winter is the perfect time for those indoor projects and our schedule is filling up. So if you'd like us to paint the interior of your home or apply an epoxy floor, get a hold of us today by visiting spain-painting.com.
Get ready to fuel your day with Scooters Coffee and Pella and their new Iceberry Ignite. This Red Bull infusion packs a punch with vanilla and delicious winterberry flavors. It's perfect on a chilly day because it's the energy boost you need to stay vibrant all day long. Swing by Scooters Coffee and Pella today and ignite your senses with Iceberry Ignite for a limited time. Scooters Coffee, amazing drinks, amazing people, amazingly fast.
This is our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart and Pella. Boys scores 35-32 at the half here with girls head coach Blaine Forsyth following Pella's 5th win of the season. They're now 5-2, 46-41 over Fort Madison. And Blaine, again, it's one of those where you had to fight for every inch. The offensive flow probably leaves a lot to be desired, but credit your girls. They toughed it out at the end. They got the points and the stops they needed to at the end, and they're 5-2 in a really, really tough schedule. So I'm sure you're happy with the win. Still a lot to work on, but considering all the factors going into this, win number 5.
Yeah, super proud of the girls to get win number 5. They haven't all been pretty, but we've found ways to win late in the game, and I would say each of the games we've found different ways to win, and different girls have stepped up in each of those opportunities. So it just says a lot about the depth of our team, and trying to figure out roles and rotations. It's going to be different every night, and I hope that's something that the girls continue to embrace and continue to play their roles to the best of their ability, and just keep coming together and cleaning some things up on both ends of the court.
Well, and honestly, maybe it wasn't as back and forth as that Keokuk game was in terms of lead changes, but at one point your girls were down by 6, and they fight all the way back and climb all the way back. Again, with an offense that has, kind of been herky-jerky so far, especially with your shooting, how impressive is that to keep falling behind like this and to be able to keep digging out against these pretty quality teams? Fort Madison coming in 4-1. They've had a good start to the season.
Yeah, we keep talking about, minimizing the length or the margin of the runs that teams are going to go on. We know that they're going to go on runs, but if we can keep those to 4 to 6 points and not let them balloon up into those 15s, the teams, we're going to be in pretty good shape. And in the last couple games, we've gone on our own runs, and we've kind of weathered the storm there. I think they went on an 11-0 run at one point, or 11-0 run or something like that.
The 6-point lead.
Our girls just kept battling, and they're sticking together, and they're finding ways to make small adjustments, and really take those and put them going out on the court and executing those.
A player I thought was really critical for you here tonight. Maggie Thompson gets into a ton of foul trouble. Michaela Vincent off the bench had unofficially across my board here 5 rebounds, 5 points, and 4 steals. She was huge in that entire complexion of the game, especially knowing that Maggie's your go-to post player. Michaela's really growing quickly as a sophomore.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Michaela's minutes. She just has a knack for the ball. She's super athletic for her height, and really provides a spark off the bench when Maggie's in foul troubles or maybe not finishing well at the rim. So just being able to have those two use their length and disrupt it on the defensive end and rebound for us, but also continuing to improve in that scoring column. So really happy for Michaela, for a sophomore to be put into that situation and kind of different situations each night. Says a lot about her, and I'm excited to continue to watch her grow over this year and over the next 2 years.
Well, don't sleep in too much tomorrow. You got to come back against a really good Gilbert team who has been in the rankings, had a really nice showing against obviously a state title contender in North Polk. This Gilbert sports across the board have improved. Their girls basketball team has taken a big step, and not an easy turnaround. Even though it's here, these Tigers are going to come, and they're going to come to play.
Yeah, they made the state tournament last year, and I think returned everybody from that state tournament team, maybe lost one. So they're going to be an experienced team, and we're excited for that opportunity. It's going to be a good measuring stick for us to see where we're at. We've kind of clawed out a couple big wins for us against ranked opponents, and now we get one that's in the top 8. So excited to see how our girls respond, and looking forward to another opportunity to compete in front of our home fans.
Head coach Blaine Forsyth with a 46-41 win for his girls, 5-2 on the season. Coach, I'll see you in less than 24 hours.
Thanks, Andrew.
We'll continue our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show after this.
Proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game.
Schulte drives, dumps, Barnes layup and the foul, and the Pella crowd to its feet through contact. Tyson Barnes with tonight's Raise the Roof.
We think Randall Roofing, think gutters. You heard that right. Maintenance, installation, and repair. We've got your gutters handled too. Randall Roofing, your one-stop shop for roofs and gutters. Find us on socials or visit randallroofs.com.
This is Matt with Integrity Comfort Solutions, previously Lancer Home Service. We are excited to continue the business legacy left by the Lancer family with integrity and quality work. Our name change does not change what we do. We are still your plumbing, heating, and cooling experts, serving Pella, Knoxville, Oskaloosa, and more. If you're considering a new home, remodeling your existing space, or need your current equipment replaced, give us a call. To see all that we do, visit us at integrity-comfort.com.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on KRLS2 and Pella Dutch Live. This is your Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Pella 35, Fort Madison 32. Let's look at your first half stats. Inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. 9 points for Griffin Simpson, all coming in the second quarter. 5 points for Colin Current. 5 for Jack McGuire so far. Tyson Barnes at 4. 2 for Braden Trado. Austin Schulte with 8 and a couple of threes. Nate Warner with 2. For Fort Madison, Julian Deere with 9 points. Lucas Helmick with 3 off the bench. 8 points for Nolan Guzman. 5 for Dayton Lamar. 3 each for Jackson Guzman and Kendon Bowie. Turnovers, 10 for Fort Madison, 8 for Pella. 10 rebounds for Fort Madison, 13 for the Dutch. And that's your score, 35-32 here at the halftime break. Inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. Andrew Snyder now joined by Phil Hemming. As we look at our second half adjustments, they are drawn up by DeYoung Door Service. And Phil, obviously Pella, I think for spurts has looked like the team we think they can be. Defense turning into offense, flow and rhythm. But there's just been, again, just one too many mistakes here and a lot of unforced errors, right? Especially before the half, not to keep picking on what happened there. But you had a chance to go up by 3 possessions, you throw it away, and then you have a frustration foul giving up the layup, and it takes it from a potential 3-possession game to just a 1-score game here at the half. That's a microcosm of the issues for Pella.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be quick on this. I think number one, we have to match their physicality on both ends of the court. Number two, we have to play with energy. I feel like there's been times where I've watched this team where we just kind of go through the motions. I thought when we played with energy late in that second quarter, really, really good things happened. And then I think it's just defensive rotations, defensive communication has to improve with this squad because we have the offensive firepower. If we can get that defense going, firing on all cylinders, it's going to create, like you said, offensive opportunities, easy offensive opportunities or quality three-point shots. So I think those are my 3 keys. This team very, very capable of it. I know there were probably moments in that first half Coach Schulte was disappointed in, but again, it's another learning opportunity. And not to discredit Fort Madison at all. They're a very quality team, not very deep like you've said several times, but a very quality team, and they're giving Pella their best shot. And we got a game here, 35-32. It's been very, very equally matched. I'd like to see Pella run away with this second half.
See how it all shakes out, as those are your second half adjustments. They're drawn up by DeYoung Door Service. If you are in need of a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And that'll wrap up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work, stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Checking on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Des Moines Christian Girls 54, Pella Christian Girls 37. Pella Bowling splits with ADM. Pella Girls won 18-01 to 17-62. ADM Boys 28-37 to Pella 26-26. And we do not have any updates just yet from across the way over on Eagle Lane, where Des Moines Christian and Pella Christian's boys are playing. They're live tonight on the radio, 92.1 KRLS, and on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. Let's see if we can get an update. They're just coming down to the end of the first quarter. And the Midtown Tire and Auto Spot Instant Radio Update. All Des Moines Christian early 22-10 over on Eagle Lane. Pella starts the second half with the basketball inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth with their starting five. It's Current, McGuire. Also on the floor, Barnes,
Nice
Trado.
pass.
And then shot blocked out of bounds by Lamar. And Schulte, by the way, to finish my thought, the starting five for Fort Madison, Julian Deere, Nolan Guzman, Dayton Lamar, Jackson Guzman, and Kendon Bowie. But we did see a lot of Lucas Helmick off the bench in that second quarter. Long inbound goes into Tyson Barnes at the half-court line. In the corner for Trado. Now Barnes trying to go for the reverse layup. He's fouled on his way up.
Yeah, and that's a good strategy, too, to really go at Lamar and Bowie inside, or Bowie inside.
And try to get the fouls up.
Try to get those foul counts up.
35-32 Dutch just starting the third quarter. It's Tyson Barnes makes the first of two free throws.
That is 3 on Lamar, by the way.
That's part of the reason why he couldn't deal with playing that second quarter so much. He racked up 2 quick ones. So Barnes is in. Lamar is their second leading scorer. Barnes up to 6 points after he makes both. A 2-possession lead, 3-pointer on the way, no good for Fort Madison. Quick rebound for Trado. Firing ahead to Jack McGuire. What a dish! Barnes can't finish. Offensive rebound to Colin Kurt. Count an and one for Colin on the putback try.
And the best part about that is Kurt able to pick up another foul from their big, this time Bowie.
That's his second. Yeah, that's the trouble with not having the depth. Kurt finishes the 3-point play.
And I like the energy that we've come out with here in the second half. I think it's dialed up a bit from what we saw at least through the first 3 quarters of the first half.
A 5-0 run. Here's an offensive
Jack's
rebound,
going to pick up his foul. That's his second.
Just out of position there. Coming in was Lamar. Harrison Mullins, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, also had 2 first-half fouls, as did Tyson Barnes. So both teams in a little bit of foul trouble. I'd say more so for Fort Madison because they don't have the depth to play around it. And missing the first free throw is Dayton Lamar. Lamar coming in, a 78% free throw shooter. He'll miss both. Tries to track down his own rebound. Current tippy toes on the sideline to get it. So Pella with a 5-0 run to start here in the first minute. Here's McGuire handing it off to Trado. Trado with a head fake spin move, stops, skip pass to Schulte. Schulte jumps it out back to Trado. Trado, NBA range 3 is short. Not sure he knew exactly where he was on the floor when he took it. Rebound goes to Guzman, Nolan Guzman. There are 2 Guzmans. Jackson on the floor wearing number 24. Here's Julian Deere outside the offensive formation. Here's Bowie. Bowie stops at the top of the circle. McGuire sagging on him defensively. Shot fake. Had to regather himself in the lane. The runner is in. Teardrop goes for Bowie. 40-34. Here's Schulte, wide open, catch and shoot 3. His third trade.
Great find by Trado.
Schulte into double figures, and the Dutch open their lead up to 9, 43-34.
Well, that was one of our keys to start the game was what did Pella need to do? And I said, we need more out of Austin Schulte, and tonight he's found it.
Well, Lamar takes up a desperation 3. Schulte up ahead after the rebound. What a dish to Jack McGuire, who can't finish.
We just cannot finish tonight. That is something that this team is going to need to work on.
Rebound goes over to Fort Madison, already in the front court. This is Nolan Guzman on the wing. Top of the circle for Jackson Guzman. Flips it right wing to Julian Deere. Deere crossing over now with Trado on the dribble. Back to Guzman left side. Nolan fades away, way short. Pella boxing out the rebound as Schulte gets his second consecutive rebound. In transition, Trado is hammered on the arm. That's a 3rd foul already of this quarter on Fort Madison.
Now that time it's on Deere, his first.
A little more acceptable carnage there for Fort Madison on the foul trouble ticket. Inbound goes to McGuire at the volleyball line. Just in front of the student section, he'll flip it out to Kern. Kern. Dribble, drive, too strong. Offensive rebound is in, and the cleanup crew for Tyson Barnes. His 4th rebound leads to 8 points. 45-34, so Phil, while Pella has not been able to finish, Fort Madison's not been able to make anything at all, and Pella's built now a double-digit lead just like that. Got bodies hitting the floor as Nolan Guzman drives in. Offensive rebound and more shots coming. I think this is going to be the 3rd on Tyson Barnes. At least it should be from what we saw. And it is. Offensive rebound for Lamar, his 3rd. He's got 5 points, does Lamar. And 3 rebounds, all on the offensive glass. The first is in. Well, our video presentation tonight on Pella Dutch Live is brought to you by Ratcliffe and Blake Insurance. 45-35. Pella with a 10-point lead as Lamar will miss his second. He is 3 of 4, or 1 of 4 here in this part.
Trado spots up.
And he knocks it in from 3. Braden Trado.
Another good transition 3. That time McGuire leading the break.
48-35, Dutch with their largest lead now at 13. Tip and a steal here for the Dutch is eventually, maybe, that's not a steal. I think Fort Madison kept the possession. It just kept slipping through the Dutch one by one. And then Kendon Bowie, excuse me, I'll get it eventually. 7 points now for him. 48-37 after Pella nearly came up with the turnover, Phil. They had 3 different players who had it.
Could have had a quick break, but slippery ball there.
Pella Motors timeout. Real driveway happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. It's a minute timeout. We'll take it with them. 48-37 Dutch.
Bank, we go beyond banking.
And you're part of our story. It's about your family, memories, and shared dreams. Do you remember when you took the leap and bought your first home?
Or when you followed your passion and started your business?
That's right. We shared in those moments, those pages in your story.
Continue your story with us today. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at .com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Van Gorp Edwards Insurance is an independent agency representing many of the top insurance companies. They offer insurance coverage on home and auto, business and manufacturing, farm, agribusiness, and crop insurance, as well as personal health, life, and long-term care. With this kind of flexibility, they'll provide you with the best insurance package to build the best option risk portfolio to meet your needs. Switching insurance companies isn't as hard as you think. Call Van Gorp Edwards Insurance today to find out how easy it really is.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on the other side of a Pella Motors timeout. Pella with a 48-37 lead. They've led by as much as 13 in this 3rd quarter. Andrew Schneider, Phil Hemming coming to you on KRLS2 and on Pella Dutch Live. Griffin Simpson into the game. Just checked in before that Pella Motors timeout. Michael Manning also in, joined by Trado. Here's Jack McGuire, right side. Defense knocked him back a little bit on the separation, and McGuire gets his first bucket of the second half. He's up to 7 points. Fort Madison on their half of the floor with Julian Deere at the top of the circle. They still have their starting 5 in the game, including Guzman, Lamar, Guzman, and Bowie. 3:43 to go here. Tipped away there by Simpson. And then tracking it down was Jackson Guzman. Simpson was with him lock and step the whole way.
Oh,
now
Jack.
a tip and a steal here for Jack McGuire. McGuire on the fast break. Weaves through the defense, dishes it off. No look pass to Braden Trado for 2.
And the defense into offense. And the energy level is up. And Pella really putting on a dominating 3rd quarter
Good
performance
answer
here
for Nolan Guzman. He's up to 10 points in double figures. Pella playing a little too hot of hot potato there, trying to dish it down in transition. They got their first turnover. Credit Nolan Guzman with the steal after the overpass there by Griffin Simpson. Simpson, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, had a huge 9-point second quarter that not just kept Pella in the game, but eventually gave them the lead. And then there's a bump and foul and a moving screen called on Fort Madison. And is that, oh no, for the Bloodhounds. That's the 4th on Dayton Lamar. And their second turnover of the half.
That is a huge blow for them.
52-39 Dutch, up by 13. Lamar backed up like he wasn't the one who was supposed to be checking out, but that's his 4th foul. I mean, I guess he can keep playing, but that would make potentially the night very early for him. 52-39 Dutch. Nearly lost it there on the exchange between Trado and Simpson, and Michael Manning ends up getting the pass in the corner and knocks down his first tray of the night, 55-39. Dutch up by 16.
And again, catches it in flow, feet set, locked and loaded on the catch.
There's a shot blocked by McGuire. Rebound goes to Manning for a second. No call on anything there, and then Pella will throw it away in the chaos on the way back.
Well, Manning really got away with the travel on that one. And
that's where Fort Madison's frustration, right? It's either a foul or a travel because Manning got stuck. But either way, it ended up equaling itself out.
Karma finds a way.
Yeah. The basketball gods found a way. 2:10 to go here in the third. Pella with a 16-point lead, their largest of the game. 55-39. Another shot block. That's the third for McGuire tonight. But the rebound went right back to Lear. And then they'll finish on the other side with Nolan Guzman. And another Pella Motors timeout for Fort Madison, a 30-second timeout, 55-41. 12 points for Nolan Guzman. Pella with a 14-point lead. Well, who's always open? Sorry, Phil. Presented by Anytime Fitness. Sorry to cut you off. Who's always open? Presented by Anytime Fitness. Right now, the three-point line has been wide open for the Dutch, especially here in this third quarter. And I know Schulte has one in the quarter. Trado has one in the quarter. Now Manning has one in the quarter as well. Who's always open? Presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way. Anytime Fitness. Sorry, Phil, to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I'd really like to see us defensively send more help on plays like that. I feel like sometimes we get in these kind of one-on-one situations and our team defense isn't there. I think it was a very soft, weak move that with a little bit of help, and certainly we have guys that can cover ground. I'd like to see us do that. I think that's the next level for this group. Certainly taking some huge steps here this second half and in the third quarter, but team defense, I think, is the next level for this team.
On the other side of the Pella Motors timeout, an alley-oop and a slam from Simpson to Jack McGuire. Drawn up beautifully and finishing is Jack McGuire for his 9th point of the game. 3-pointer on the other side, no good. Hoekstra the rebound. Pella in transition goes a little too fast again on the fast break. That's 3 times in the quarter that's happened, but what a setup play there by Simpson on the Pella press break to get that two-hand slam for McGuire. Well, that was fun. 57-41 Dutch. I was about to call the press break there an urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walk-in clinics in Pella, Knoxville, or Ottumwa. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times. Baseline jumper, no good. Offensive rebound again by Fort Madison. They've had quite a few, and Guzman will finish. That's his 14th point of the game. 57-43. It's the only thing keeping the Bloodhounds into it. But the fast break, press break goes in for the Dutch, and Hoekstra on the board for the first time. 59-43 Pella. Well, the Dutch offense is pouring it on. That's 23 points in the quarter. We still have a minute left in a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. 3-point shot way off the mark. Hoekstra up ahead to a Jack McGuire all by his little lonesome, and his second dunk of the quarter for Jack McGuire. And another Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game when the moment arises and it's time for a new roof. Think Randall Roofing. 2 dunks for Jack McGuire. Third dunk of the night for Pella, 61-43. Guzman will answer. He's had a big quarter. He's had 8 points here in the third, 61-45, and Pella, again, getting a little too fast for their britches there. 4th turnover as Nate Warner will check in after some big minutes there from McGuire. 61-45, Dutch up by 16. 25 seconds to go here in the third. It's a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Shot clock is off. Pella's offense doing the heavy lifting here. It's a 26-point quarter now for the Dutch after a couple of fast break dunks for Jack McGuire. 15 seconds as Guzman trying to separate here. Of course, the new rule we didn't talk a whole lot about all year, the closely guarded gone. So
it's crazy to me. Cannot believe that.
That was an NFHS decision, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That's a shot block there. Another block shot for Pella by Simpson. Rebound went to Manning to end the quarter. Now that was more like the Pella team we have come to expect 61-45. They lead Fort Madison inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth.
Either way, we have you covered at Community First Credit Union with 2 great reward checking options. Our checking accounts are about money in your pocket, not points you'll never use. Simply meet monthly qualifications to get your rewards and unlimited nationwide ATM fee refunds. And no matter what happens, there are no monthly fees or minimum balance requirements. Switch to See First today and let us reward you, because at See First, together is better. Rules and qualifications apply. See First is federally insured by the NCUA.
At Culver's, we believe that the best gifts come with a blue spoon. Hi, I'm Tim Grotenheist with Culver's and Pella, and if you're looking for something special for all the Culver's lovers on your holiday shopping list, we have a great gift card special available for you this year. For every $40 worth of Culver's gift cards you buy, we'll give you an extra $10 voucher to use before the end of February. Happy holidays from our entire team at Culver's and Pella, where we're locally owned and involved in your community.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Pella's offense, maybe their best offensive quarter they've had all season so far, maybe minus that Grandview Christian first half explosion, but 61-45. And Phil, that's the Pella team that we were expecting to see. And now to sustain that will be hard, but over the course of the season, we expect to see a lot more of that. Defense turning into offense, dunks and three-pointers. Pella has the athletes on the floor to be really special this year, and it's good to see it finally come out to the surface here.
Absolutely. I expected a big run to come, and finally we did have one. And, you know, I think it all starts with energy. I think they came out of the locker room. Coach Schulte motivated them. They came out fired up and really took it to Fort Madison, and now they're in trouble with number 10 having 4 fouls here.
Yeah, Dayton Lamar will get the inbounds in, and then he loses it from Nate Warner. Warner just picks his pocket on the way down, and it's the 3rd Fort Madison turnover of the half. Make it the 4th, excuse me. And now out to Griffin Simpson, who had a hot hand in the second quarter. Rebound still loose on the floor. Hoekstra will gather it, quickly fire it out to Manning. And now Simpson works it back down to Warner. Warner on the baseline. Pella with a lot of quick passes here. Trying to keep the possession. Mullins 3, no. Rebound loose on the ground again. This time Lear will come up with it. And now up ahead, and then shot blocked by Harrison Mullins. Ball is still alive here.
Love the energy.
And Simpson with the rebound up ahead.
Coast
Mullins
to coast.
Lays it off the glass and in. Wow. 63-45 Dutch, up by 18. Guzman. And then Lamar gets fouled on his way up. That's the 3rd on Mullins. Lamar is 2 of 5 from the line here tonight. 63-45, 6:59 to play here in the 4th.
I believe on that play, Harry Mullins blocked the shot, was falling out of bounds, and then he's so quick, ran the break, and was the first man down the floor for a layup. Incredible. Not the first thing we've seen incredible from Harry Mullins, but about as incredible as that 99 and a half yarder.
Mullins will bring it down the floor here for Pella. Tegan Hoekstra dishes it to Nate Warner. The hard part for tightening the rotation, Phil, for Coach Schulte, is I think all these players for the Pella Dutch have value off the bench. It's going to be so tough. We're seeing, 5 bench players right here. This will be the next line in, and there's Hoekstra. I mean, of these 5 on the floor, Phil, who do you sit down and tighten the rotation with? We may just be a 10-deep team.
Maybe. You know, it just certainly isn't anything we've seen out of him for the last 7-8 years. He's almost always played 8 guys, and, you know, this year he finds himself in a different situation. It'll be interesting to see if any of these subs that have provided offensive and defensive sparks tonight are going to, maybe he'll mix up the starting lineup.
Well, the starting lineup is in, and a line change. You have all 5 subs in and out, so Trado, Barnes, Kurtz, McGuire, and Schulte are back in here for Pella. Starting 5 still on the floor here for Fort Madison. Nice move by Bowie, but can't finish. Rebound is loose on the floor. It goes to Lamar. That's his 4th offensive rebound. He can't finish, though. Another offensive rebound here for Fort Madison. 3 on the way is in.
Deere knocks it down.
Give him too many, and Julian Deere gets into double figures. He has 12.
There's Schulte again.
This time misses.
It was a good shot. Great
Lucas
shot.
Helmick
from
does
Schulte.
check in here. And Deere weaves it away. A quick 5-point burst for Julian Deere. 65-52. Well, Pella's had a big lead. It was 18 just a little bit ago, Phil. And then a whistle and a double dribble. So the starters get on the floor, and it forces a Pella Motors timeout for Coach Schulte. And that's part of the reason why, Phil, I'm not sure the rotation tightens just so yet. The Pella starters have been uneven. They're all fantastic players. I'm not knocking them at all, but it's not like the 5 who have been in for Pella, the starting 5, have all been super consistent night to night. So there's opportunity here for the Dutch. And the other point I wanted to make about Dutch and their rotation, Phil, is that it's not like you have 5 guards who are coming in, right? Teagan's another post-type player for you. You know, Nate Warner's more of a strong body defender, a rebounder type who can be very physical. Griffin Simpson probably is the best offensive threat off the bench, at least what we've seen so far this season. Michael Manning can hit a shot from anywhere. So it's like, how do you trim things down? And Harrison Mullins, obviously, he might just be the best male athlete we have going into next year. So it's like, how do you trim the hedges there?
Yeah, where do you make changes? Well, and there's nothing wrong with a 10-man rotation. It's just not what we've seen in the past, right? And so this may be the year.
The hard part is, Phil, it's minutes, right? And getting guys on the floor, consistency when you go that deep. But right now, they've been the spark. They've been a huge part of what tonight has been all about. 5:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pella's 18-point lead now down to 13. And then Lamar, after he got an open shot, just missed it. But it's another offensive rebound here for Fort Madison. And they keep beating Pella on the boards. McGuire that time finally fights to get one. Launch it ahead to Schulte. Schulte up ahead to Barnes, who lays it off the glass and in.
Good rebound, find, and pass ahead.
Tyson Barnes, 10 points, 4 rebounds. 5:09 to go here in the fourth. Pella back up to a 15-point lead, 67-52. That's a Fort Madison team that's got some spunk and some fire, and they've got some guys who can really play ball. It's just I think Pella's depth has worn them down here in the fourth.
Well, and you can tell they're starting to play with urgency, and Pella, if they can counter this, can really run away with it here in the fourth.
Schulte wide open for 3, goes in and out, no. High rebound is eventually controlled by Guzman, his fourth. And now 3-on-1 in transition, and Barnes, as a steamroller coming in, knocks into Guzman from behind.
I think Barnes got his teeth on the top of his shoulder.
Yeah. 4:38 to go. I was just at Dr. Recker's office last week. I'm not sure if he's going to do an emergency call here tonight or needs to. 4:38 to go here in the fourth. A game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric, where they're wired for excellence. 67-52. 2 free throws for Nolan Guzman, who has 16 points in this one. Yeah, this is a Fort Madison team, Phil, that is going to be dangerous for somebody on the road to the state tournament. Well, it may even be dangerous in that Keokuk and Washington Conference, the Southeast Conference.
Yeah. I think we'll see
that was
Barnes
the fourth
see
foul.
the trainer, but Dad's up there. He can just take him in the back and sew him up, right?
Well, we've already seen that in football.
Yeah.
Not from Dr. Barnes, but Dr. Vincent. Free throw is good for Guzman. He's 3 of 4 at the line. So that's also the 4th foul on Barnes. So he probably would have been going out anyway. And this makes it back to a 13-point game. So this one is not over. Pella's led by as much as 18, but the Dutch certainly in the driver's seat, maybe no way they've been this entire season. McGuire and Simpson collide there. Simpson gets a pass.
Here's
Schulte,
the middle of that zone.
This time trying the alley-oop, doesn't go, but then it gets into the hands of Colin Current for 2. He's got 10 points.
I like that.
Pella,
Austin Schulte running the high post.
Phil, 4 Pella players as Guzman knocks it in again. 21 points for Guzman. Sorry, that was Lear. Sorry, I looked up. Deere's up to 17 points. Pella misses the shot, and then a foul on the rebound by somebody.
They're going to get Austin.
69-57 with 4 minutes to play. This game is not over, Phil.
No, it is not.
And Fort Madison's in the bonus, so they can score with the clock stopped. And Coach Schulte having a word with Trado. About to be another urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. And credit Dayton Lamar, by the way, with how physical things have gotten underneath on both sides. He's been playing with 4 fouls this entire fourth quarter. He'll miss the second. Rebound is controlled by Griffin Simpson. Pella, by the way, with 4 players in double figures. That'll keep Fort Madison from having 3. 3:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pella with an 11-point lead in the ball. And a lane violation on Colin Kern. That's another Pella turnover, their 6th. This, Phil, has not been the way that Pella wanted to close out the fourth quarter.
No, but I think we'll get it together here. We just need to stop and find that energy that we had.
Well, there's your steal. Trado forces it. He gets up ahead, one-on-one, and he'll lay it off the glass and in. Steal and score for Braden Trado. That's the 5th Fort Madison turnover of the half. Pella 71, Fort Madison 58. Boys basketball action, fourth quarter, 3:19, excuse me, here in the fourth. Guzman's having a big game, and he'll keep adding to it. He's up to 20 points. And a Pella Motors timeout for Fort Madison. Will take it with him, 71-60 Dutch.
As Pella Community Schools is preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve, football coach Jay McKinstry believes that teaching someone to achieve means teaching them to be their best.
It's hard to quantify what your best is. You know, all of us seem to limit ourselves to what our best is. I think we need to learn how to push people farther because our mind's a powerful thing. And to achieve our maximum achievement levels, we tend never to reach those because we tend to quit because it gets hard.
Preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve. Pella Community Schools. Pella.
Hi, this is Dalton Buck with Hy-Vee. The Christmas season is a very busy time of year with activities all around town, shopping for holiday gifts and getting ready for the big family celebrations. In amongst the hustle and bustle, I believe it's also important to slow down and reflect on everything that we're thankful for. At Hy-Vee, we're thankful for you, our loyal customers, and for this great community that we serve. From all of us at Hy-Vee, we hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
On the other side of a Pella Motors timeout with 3:13 to go here in the fourth, Fort Madison has made this an 11-point game. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella on a couple of occasions built their lead to 18, but the Dutch defense has been very porous here in the fourth quarter and has allowed the Bloodhounds to get back into this, coupled with a couple of costly turnovers. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
Game's obviously not over, and Pella's got work to do here, Phil. After a really explosive third quarter, things have gone back the way of the Bloodhounds here in the fourth. McGuire
nice from McGuire.
Spin move for Simpson. In the corner, Schulte thought about a three.
Good
He's
way
got
to
11.
Use the shot clock here, wind it down, get something going about 8. 8 to the rim.
A couple of passes. Here's Current. Now you're at 8 at the shot clock.
Now you got to go.
And now Griffin Simpson to go
There
to
it
double
is.
figures, and he'll knock down a three. Griffin Simpson has 12 points to tie the team lead. Big points off the bench. It's a 14-point Dutch lead. That's why they're so huge. Lamar through traffic has his shot blocked. Ooh,
He was close. He didn't pick up his fourth there.
Block shot for McGuire up ahead. Rebound. And then something called. A foul.
They're going to call Current, the player who's leading the break for an off. I've never seen that. That's a first.
Well, you do this long enough, I guess you'll see enough of them. Pella's 7th turnover of the half.
It's a player control, though.
And there was some sort of explanation.
Well, we're letting the player on the floor make both the foul call and then talk his way almost to the free throw line.
74-60. Well, I'm open for player official conversations, but feels like that was maybe a little too much. And Pella will force another turnover here. Simpson on that one. He's had a huge game tonight. And I know we're waiting until the postseason or the post-game show for our official McCall Monumental Player, but Griffin Simpson's probably my player of the game.
Oh, yeah. The spark he's provided off the bench tonight has been monumental.
First foul of the quarter for Fort Madison. Pella has a 14-point lead in the ball, 74-60 over the Bloodhounds with just over now 2 minutes even to play. Trado can afford to take some time here. Schulte down to McGuire. McGuire lays it off the glass and in.
Nice.
And that's the thing, Phil. Sometimes you want to take a lot of time off, but when you have a player like McGuire who has an open shot and he knows he can make it. Yeah,
I like that. I like that play.
Shot misses by Lamar. Rebound goes to Jack McGuire. 7 rebounds and 13 points tonight. And a Pella Motors timeout for Fort Madison. 76-60. Sorry, it's a substitution timeout here with 1:35 to go. We got Landon Beathard's in. Gabe Clark, a senior, in. Number 12, Maddox Smith.
From Knoxville, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
90 seconds to play. Here's Colin Kern remaining on the floor.
Maddox from deep. That's hard to do. Come in and just let it fly.
Especially when the last shot you took was in the JV game however long ago. Here's Clark. Oh, tipped out of the hand. Bounce pass into a wide open Beathards. Landon Beathards will knock it in. And another Pella Motors substitution timeout. We're pretty deep here on the roster. I'm going to need my cheaters here.
Oh. Who are you looking for?
The 2 players who just checked in. They're not on my varsity roster. They're not on the varsity roster at all.
Okay, so we
54 is Ryder Hamilton. Is that him down there?
No, that's Niall Rowe.
Niall Rowe, thank you.
Yep, and then number 11.
Sorry, folks, they're not on any roster. This is not meant to be insulting. Well, I'll have to tell Coach Schulte after the game that we got to update some. So Niall Rowe's in as a junior.
Oh, that's Curtis Wilkinson, number 11.
Thank you.
I'm going through my Dutch bingo here as best I can.
We cover a lot of things, but can't get to everything. Free throw misses. Offensive rebound for Lamar. He's had 5 rebounds tonight, Phil. All have been on the offensive glass. Fort Madison down by 18, 78-60. Fighting for the ball there was number 12, Maddox Smith. Lamar will get to double figures. 11 points for him. Here's Wilkerson. He'll lose it for a second. No tie-up called. Now there will be. Maybe.
Wilkinson,
yeah. Sorry.
Dad is the equipment manager at Central.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we are
Curtis Wilkinson. Sorry,
yes.
Wilkinson.
No, we'll get it right.
Too early in the season for this. Beathards, nice dish to Rowe. He was the eventual place kicker for the Dutch over the most of the season. He'll miss the shot. Rebound goes to Deere. They'll miss another shot. Here's Wilkinson again. Numbers.
Lead ahead.
Turnover, Pella. To Guzman. Who loses it out of bounds. Rowe, a foul with 2 seconds remaining. Oh, Guzman will get to pad his 20-point night tonight. Or at least a chance to. So Pella able to sort themselves out. First is in for Guzman. Now Fort Madison to the point where they're not playing anybody but those varsity players. Coach did not feel like he wanted to give extra minutes to anyone tonight. And your final score, Pella evens their record to 2-2, 78-64 over Fort Madison. Post-game coverage after this on KRLS 2.
Christmas time is here, and Vandenberg's Greenhouse in Albia is your place to feel the spirit. Shop the unique selection of home decor, wonderful Christmas gift ideas, including a special collection of toys for the kids. Vandenberg's Greenhouse has gift certificates in any denomination. Christmas time is here. Celebrate it with a stop at Vandenberg's Greenhouse north of Albia on Highway 5, worth a short drive.
This Christmas season, PellaMotors.com is spreading joy with deals that will light up your year. Right now, get $17,000 off a new Dodge Durango or take home a new Chevy Silverado with $16,000 off. Looking for a GMC? Save $10,000 on a new Sierra. And don't miss $9,000 off a new Ram Bighorn. PellaMotors.com wishes you peace, joy, and incredible savings this Christmas. And drive home with an amazing deal.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day. He'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
This is our post-game coverage on KNIA KBLS. Your final score, Pella finishes a sweep with Fort Madison. The boys 78-64, the girls 46-41. Andrew Schneider, Phil Hemming coming to you here on KNIA KBLS. As Pella will get a couple of wins here on a makeup from Saturday's rained-out games. So let's first take a look at our final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. For Pella, 5 players in double figures tonight, 13 for Jack McGuire, 12 for Griffin Simpson, 11 for Austin Schulte, 10 each for Colin Current and Tyson Barnes. 21 points for Nolan Guzman to finish things off there. 22 for Guzman, 17 for Julian Deere, 11 for Dayton Lamar. Pella will finish with 16 turnovers to 16 for Fort Madison, and I didn't count up the rebounds, and honestly, I want to go home because we're back in 24 hours, so we can leave that to the imagination.
Well, the stats will come in from Coach Schulte. They do a nice job of updating bound.
I can count it right now. I got 23 for Fort Madison.
Well, so you're going to go into player of the game.
Yeah, well, let's wrap up our Verduff Agency final stats. Let Chad Lance and Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency provides complete courteous services in the Pella area for 100 years. And McCall Monument, Monumental Play, and player of the game. Go ahead.
Griffin Simpson.
Yeah.
Easy choice. A night where our starting unit seemed to sputter a bit. I thought he brought great energy off the bench, some scoring. And really just did it in all facets. So he had a very nice game, and really I think you saw him kind of inch his way into that 6th man role tonight. And I would suspect we'll see more of that. So I really liked him. And then I want to give a shout out to Austin Schulte, who really struggled Thursday night. Thought he played a really good game tonight as well.
And then our play of the game, there were a couple of sequences for me when Pella went down in that second quarter. Simpson taking the game over was part 1, and then part 2 was just the explosion of offense. We had a couple of dunks in that third quarter. That third quarter represents, I think, what Pella can be at its best, a team that creates offense off of defense. They can dunk, they can hit threes. We got to see the full smorgasbord of what this Pella State Tournament potential team looked like finally in that third quarter. Maybe for the first time all year, we saw the complete piece come together.
Yeah, it looked great, and I really think our energy and defensive intensity in the second half is something that they're going to want to watch and say, okay, this is how we need to play for 32 minutes, and this team can make a very deep run into March. So I thought we caught a glimpse of that tonight. And it was relatively consistent throughout the third and fourth quarters.
Do I see my eyes deceive me? Do we have another former Pella great down there tonight? Red hair next to Will Simpson.
Oh, is that Noah Allen?
I believe Noah Allen, the Newton transfer / state champion, is in the house here tonight.
Okay. And then Roman's down here.
Roman's
year.
Here,
Roman's here. So they're starting to come. Parker has finals through Thursday, so we won't see him till Friday. Maybe he'll catch a game the back half of break, but I know a lot of those guys are looking forward to coming back.
So great to see all those greats. Your McCall Monument Monumental Play and player of the game when it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own. Trust the area's leading monument designer and installer, McCall Monument, on Old Highway 163 west in Pella. We'll wrap things up going in closing, presented by Light and State Bank after this. Pella boys win 78-64 over Fort Madison.
Thing made in Iowa. The Vermeer ZR5 1200 self-propelled baler. More than 225,000 employees work in manufacturing in the state of Iowa, producing nearly $40 billion in annual output. So we're incredibly proud at Vermeer to be the first ever winner of the Coolest Thing Made in Iowa award. We've been manufacturing equipment in Pella for more than 75 years and work hard every day with a spirit of innovation by simply searching for a better way to do hard work. We're Vermeer, equipped to do more.
Vanderlinden Services is your trusted family-owned plumbing and HVAC business. I'm Austin Vanderlinden. Our team has years of experience and commitment to treating every customer like family, and our trusted technicians take pride in their work. Plus, we offer the best in York HVAC residential and commercial systems. Call me today for reliable, friendly service that you can trust. Vanderlinden Services, the best for the job.
Did you know that Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy has occupational therapy for kids? They work with kids like me to help with paying attention in class, following directions at home and school, learning how to tie shoes, overall coordination, managing my big emotions, and more. We have a lot of fun at Kinetic Edge and work on these skills through movement and play. Visit kineticedgept.com for more information.
Grow strong with us. Light State Bank. Light State Bank.
Could you be earning higher interest rates on your checking and savings accounts with our exclusive Light & Rewards account? Last year, we gave over $126,000 back to our rewards customers. If you'd like to earn our best rates for things you're probably already doing, like swiping your debit card, receiving e-statements, and making payments by ACH debit, visit lightandbank.com and start your account opening today. Member FDIC.
And this will wrap it up as we go in closing, presented by Light & State Bank. Grow strong with us. Your final score, the Pella boys and girls will sweep Fort Madison 78-64 in the boys game, 46-41 in the girls. And the reason why we're wrapping things up so quickly is that we're going to be right back here tomorrow. Less than 24 hours. We'll have a little non-conference, I should say, doubleheader for you. And a fun rematch. It's been a great rivalry in the sports, whether it's been cross-country or football the last couple of years. The Gilbert Tigers with a couple really good teams coming to town tomorrow. Phil and I will be back with you here in less than 24 hours. Our coverage will begin at 5:45, that time on 92.1 KRLS and on Pella Dutch Live. In closing, presented by Light & State Bank, grow strong with us, where Pella will sweep Fort Madison here. In this non-conference doubleheader, the girls move to 5-2, the boys are 2-2. You've been listening to Pella High Basketball, and the one to count on for today's local sports in the home of the Dutch, KRLS 2, and on Pella Dutch Live. Have a short rest, a great rest, whatever it might be. We're going to see you right back here in less than 24 hours against Gilbert. Don't want to miss it.